Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Fresh off the heels of arguably one of the greatest first days of any calendar year in wrestling history, in WWE history, we welcome you to day 2 and the superstars of NXT doing whatever it takes, be it good or be it New Year's evil, to succeed in the new year. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jeff Meacham. He is the simple man Noah Foster, taking his notes, getting himself ready for tonight's presentation. We are along the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media. We will be joined momentarily by the renegade of his NXT, damn it, JJ Williams. He'll be in shortly. But before we get underway, we just want to say again, thank you to everyone who has tuned in over the last, honestly, all weekend and into the previous week. We've had just great viewership, great feedback, great content along the way here at World's End with the amazing presentation AEW put on, with the open mic night, our very special anniversary show we had with day 1 and Talk Wrestling yesterday, with For Love Wrestling returning this morning, Stat Boy Sports Bar just now, and now we are here live with New Year's Evil presented by the superstars of NXT. Always good to see everybody in the chat room popping in. This is our NXT, damn it, Josh. You're right. And Noah's getting there. We've talked about that. Noah is realizing that NXT, while it may not have been the black and gold that it is much better than the quote-unquote Rainbow Bright / color puke era, if you will, of NXT. So it's getting better. We're getting along there. And again, everybody, as we go along tonight, as with any of our watch-alongs, please make sure you're super chatting if you want to be involved in the conversation. If you want us to divert, let me try that again. If you would like our host, our play-by-play man and our color commentator, who is looking like maybe, is he gonna get it? There he is. If you want the host, our play-by-play man, Noah Foster, if you want the color commentator par excellence for WWE. I don't know why I'm moving. No, that's the wrong person to move. There we go. I need to move me. Hi. JJ Williams is here. If you'd like these gentlemen to divert their attention from the action on screen or the discussion they are having at hand, please super chat. It is as simple as that. However, there is a great question that doesn't have a super chat but does pertain, and since we're not in the action yet, gentlemen, what is going to happen tonight on NXT?
Well, I feel like NXT tonight is a little bit behind the 8 ball. Raw last night was a phenomenal show. You know, we had title matches. We had the return of Jinder Mahal, the great WWE champion.
So good to see Jinder.
The entire San Diego audience, of course, setting up The Rock's return.
Of course, yeah.
We had 3 women's matches. Still feel bad for the women that had to take place in that tag match that followed The Rock right before the title match of Seth and Drew. They were just in a shit spot. Yeah. There was nothing that anybody could do to save them, you know. I honestly, aside from like a Trish, Lita, maybe even the debut of Jade run in, like some kind of big surprise like that to pop the crowd, the women's tag match was DOA.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is.
But there is some speculation tonight. If we'll go to the first page of the screen that I shared, sir.
Yes.
No, I don't know if you've seen this because I know you don't scroll, but about 4:10 yesterday afternoon, Zelina Vega tweeted that she had a little secret. Then about a half hour later, Dragon Lee tweeted that due to visa issues, he is unable to appear tonight at New Year's Evil for the 6-man tag match. It was supposed to be Dragon Lee, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro versus the No Quarter Catch crew. Damon Kemp, Drew Gulak, Charlie Dempsey, who of course we know is in Japan right now, and the fourth member whose name I don't remember. He was part of the men's breakout tournament. So give him a few more weeks, his name will grow on me. But he's still kind of a new body, so I don't remember his name off the top of my head here. But it got me thinking with Zelina's tweet, with Dragon Lee saying that the LWO has a surprise, with comments that were made in the AEW media scrum. Could this, Noah, be what we see tonight on NXT New Year's Evil?
He's taking his notes. He's going to leave the pre-show to us, but
simply I wouldn't rule it out. And again, if the contract is just expired, he has no 90-day non-compete clause working against him, and he's a former NXT champion. I could see that.
Former NXT champion, former running mate of Zelina Vega. Zelina, of course, the female counterpart of the LWO. It just seems like it makes so much sense. You know, it's one of those things where it seems obvious. And I got mad on Saturday when something that seemed obvious was what it was.
Right.
Yesterday, it seemed obvious when the picture leaked of The Rock at the Rose Bowl that The Rock would be at Raw, and there he was. This just seems obvious to me. And I mean, I feel like NXT needs something to pop the crowd big time tonight in this LWO segment. The only other thing that it could possibly be, I think, would be Carlito. I don't know if that would get the same reaction, though.
Yeah.
Ray's out injured. Carlito is kind of what started the whole feud with Santos Escobar and Ray, and Santos and the LWO.
Yes.
Andrade, though, coming home to NXT. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think they're both obvious, but on completely different ends of the spectrum. Like, Carlito's obvious, but it's like, yeah, okay, I guess. Like, do we want to see that? Because I'd rather see him involved in the match on Friday, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
He fits in better in that scenario. Here, like you said, NXT needs a shot in the arm after last night. I'm not saying they're struggling because they're doing phenomenal things still.
Absolutely.
Your NXT is tremendous. But nobody's going to touch The Rock unless it's like Austin or The Undertaker coming back to NXT or Cena or something. But Andrade fits within the context of the story. And again, to what Noah said, if his contract just ran out and it wasn't a release, he could have worked on Saturday and been like, PC's not too far away from Long Island on a plane. It's a pretty quick trip down the coast.
Yep.
So, and also
a lot easier to get there than it would have been to get to San Diego last night.
That's fair. And
and Rock I'm sure him and Charlotte reside in Florida.
I'm pretty sure they do. And the other thing I was going to say, with Ashley being off for God knows how long with this multiple knee injury she's been riddled with, they're going to be bored to tears at home unless one of them goes back to work.
And they'll probably drive each other nuts, both of them being at home, unless one of them goes back to work.
I'm saying. It's, they can be all the lovey-dovey and all they want, but at home all day, every day, gets a little tedious after a while. So, and
that's my speculation here. But other than that, man, I'm looking forward to the show. I think it's going to be action-packed. I think it's going to be hard-hitting. I think it's going to be good flow to the show, just like my NXT has done lately. I mean, hell, we discuss it all the time. Year and a half ago, Noah gave two shits about NXT. He wouldn't even give it a glance. He only did because he had to for the watch-alongs.
Right.
Now he's looking forward to tonight. At least half of the card intrigues him.
Right.
My NXT has changed his mind, at least turned the corner. He always says it'll never be what it used to be in his NXT.
Right.
But it's still a lot better than what it was during that Rainbow Bride era.
Yes. But the question was asked, what's coming up tonight? This is what's coming up tonight, man. We've got the finals of the breakout tournament, JJ. I know you've
Riley Osborne representing Chase U versus Obafemi. Obafemi's a beast, dude. And Riley Osborne very well could be the male counterpart to Thea Hale. Thea's had a crush on him since he appeared in the Chase U classroom. And I don't know, he could be what brings her back to the light side, away from Chasey Jane, back to the bubbly Thea that I knew and loved and crushed on. And you never know with Riley Osborne and his push here. He could be the golden boy that helps save the woes of Chase U.
I mean, yeah, with what Mr. Chase and Big Duke are dealing with, they need a moment of bright here, a moment of positivity, and this kid may be that. So we'll see what happens later on tonight. This one I know everybody's looking forward to.
Yeah, Ariana Grace, the daughter of Santino Marella, versus the prodigy Roxanne Perez. This is just one of those cat fight grudge match type of things. Yeah. You know, Ariana Grace thinks she's Miss NXT, sticks her nose in everybody's business, and Roxanne has just kind of taken exception to that as of late and is wanting to show Ariana Grace her place, if you will.
Roxy's the one to do it in NXT. And then you talk about this with the scenario with Andrade.
Yeah.
Charlie.
They said originally it was going to be 3 random members of the No Quarter Catch crew, but as soon as we knew Charlie Dempsey was going to Japan, it was like, well, he's not going to be in the match, so we know which 3 it's going to be.
Right.
But again, and honestly, that bums me a little because I love watching Charlie work.
I do too.
He reminds me so much of his daddy when he gets into that rain comes between the ropes, man.
Yeah.
You can see it in his face. You can see it in his look. You can see it in his technique.
Yes.
I don't care if he looks like Jeremy Allen White. I don't care if he looks like Willy Wonka. I still see his papa in him, and it is a joy to watch him hone his craft and just like a pile of yeast in the oven just start to rise.
Yes. And we are getting ready to rise. It is the top of the hour, boys.
Yes, sir. What is going on, Big G? Good to see you. Glad to know that you'll be watching NXT. I agree. We'll see what happens, though.
Yeah. And you know what?
You've still got Law and Order on the screen, so if you want to go through another match real quick.
Okay. I was going to say with the Charlie Dempsey, if he does look like Willy Wonka, him being a champion is something out of our pure imagination I want for reality. So that's
right.
God, by gum. This one's going to be more fun than it needs to be. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's ranch hand or servant for a day.
Oh, my God.
Will Fallon Henley finally get her revenge and shut Tiffany Stratton up, or will it be Tiffy time?
You know what? The agent of chaos in me wants to see Tiffany as a ranch hand just to get that reaction. Fallon as a servant it'd be one of those like, okay, like we get it. It'd be what it's going to be. But her as a ranch hand would be funnier than hell.
Yeah,
this one
it very much would be like The Simple Life. If people remember that reality show back in the day, when Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie had to work as ranch hands, like it would so be that.
Yes.
And then, go into that title match, man. Blair Davenport and Lyra Valkyria. This is straight out of Noah's NXT UK. Like, I know this has got to be one of the ones he's really looking forward to.
Absolutely. Oh, and then that main event.
Is it Trick's time to shine? Will the mystery attacker finally reveal himself? Will Dragunov be able to withstand the rise that is Trick Willie? Will the Trick Mellow game come together or finally completely implode?
And what will the injury that Ilya sustained at the hands of Rich Holland, who we'll also hear from tonight?
Yes.
How much will that weigh on the champion's fortunes tonight? It's all coming up right now. If you're on NXT, if you're on USA Network or wherever they air NXT in Canada.
They're showing the highlight video right now to kind of get everybody excited. Noah, why so serious?
He's prepping. He's in prep mode. He's ready to go.
I'll say, like, his face looks like he's upset.
It's a big week, man. Wrestle Kingdom's in little over 24 hours, man. He's stoked, and so am I for that too.
That's true.
It's gonna be a good night. The next 3 nights, man. I'll tell you what.
It's a good week. Good week of wrestling, and we still got AEW Dynamite squeezed in there too.
Yes, and we don't know what's going to happen there except the fallout from World's End. We don't have anything officially announced for that show yet.
We got to figure that Adam Cole, the Devil, is going to make his first proclamation, if you will. Noah, go ahead and bring us in, brother.
Well, that being said, you all gave all the hype, the pomp, circumstance, and possibly resolutions to conclude as we bring everybody in. Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to NXT New Year's Eve as we kick things off with the NXT Women's Championship. Hello once again to everybody out there watching across all JMN Network live watch events, connected channel here at the JMN Network Multiverse of Media, the JMN Network. You know what this is, I'm the Simple Man, the Simple Brand, voice of JMN, for great professional wrestling, but I'm starting to appreciate sports entertainment. And my name is Noah Foz, but this isn't my brand. This is NXT's brand. This is where NXT is supposed to shine tonight, even under the darkest of lights. And it might be the evil within that gets the win as Blair Davenport looks for her first NXT Women's Championship after overcoming the odds in the Iron Survivor Challenge last year at Deadline. As the women kick things off tonight. JJ, are you ready to go?
I am definitely ready, man. This looks like it's going to be another women-heavy card. Like I said, we had 3 women's matches on Raw last night. We've got 3 women's matches scheduled tonight. 3. Yeah, 3 women's matches scheduled tonight. It's a good week for women's wrestling so far, good sir. And here comes the champion, Lyra Valkyria. Man, she has just been a breath of fresh air as champion ever since dethroning Becky Lynch.
The first of 2 championship matches to your point tonight. Of course, the NXT championship will be defined in our main event. But of course, Lyra Valkyria became the leader of the NXT Women's Division after overcoming her childhood icon in the man, Becky Lynch, dethroning her and taking the title last year, of course, at Halloween Havoc. Since then, she's been champion now for 71 days with victories over Xia Li. This will be the first time that Lyra and Blair clash in singles action. We've seen the tag team warfare with a share of enemies that Blair Davenport has made since her tenure in NXT, including against one, Nikita Lyons. Let's go down to the introductions by Alicia Taylor.
Blair just giving the side eye to Lyra, not taking her eyes off of her.
Calls herself the Top Ganjin, former Stardom Tag Team Champion, Stardom Trios Champions, has not held a single Stardom title since 2020 in the now retired SWA Championship. The Valkyrie finally rises to promise and ascends upon her throne, holding the gold. But will she still be holding the gold come the end of this contest? In Blair Davenport's mind, she needs this just to call herself champion. Lyra preserves this to call herself the best. One of these two is about to define a resolution in leading this division with the NXT Women's Championship. There's a lot on the line here. The reigns were underway. Again, it's one of those things. You have the championship. You have that cloak of invisibility. You have that extra confidence in you, but you have that extra pressure on you as well. Blair Davenport, though, she's basically made no friends since coming to NXT, but it's led to opportunities. As we saw, she was able to outlast the field, score 3 points, and win the second ever Women's Iron Survivor Challenge to earn this opportunity.
Some great chain wrestling here in the early goings, Noah.
But again, you can figure out how well these two know each other. Both of these women no stranger to the UK independent scene for those that follow Ayla Valkyrie and Bea Priestley. And again, you saw how tense it was in that sit-down interview prior to this week's NXT. And again, shout out to everybody out there in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, don't to dictate super chat. It's as simple as that. Side headlock right now as Lyra keeps Blair Davenport down towards center. Of course, Blair Davenport, not her first chance for the NXT Women's Championship either, as of course, when she first came in, it was at Worlds Collide against Mandy Rose and Michael Satomura to unify the titles. Be the focus right now. Nice counter there by Blair. Gets to the midsection. Trying to turn momentum here. Irish whip to Lyra in the corner. Blair looking to follow up. Lyra up and over. Great agility here. Up and over the sunset flip.
Both women, no stranger to each other, but definitely a very, very much a feeling out process in the early going, trying to figure out what style, what moves the opposition is going to go with.
Well, it's one of those things where you face somebody so many times, or you've seen somebody so many times in action, you want to throw them off their game. You want to surprise them. You want to catch them off guard. And right now, Blair Davenport pushing Lyra towards the corner. Body shots right now. Finally breaking the side headlock. Of course, Blair Davenport came back from injury and was the mystery assailant, attacking everybody possible in the NXT Women's locker room, including but not limited to Roxanne Perez, Nikita Lyons, and Wendy Chu. And whoa, just hung up across the top rope there. And Blair right now looking to turn things around, going up to the high-risk district, working for something big, double stop. Right to the shoulders. Not sure she got all of it. Awkward camera angle. Cover, hook on the far leg, and a near fall.
Got enough of it that the referee went right over there to check on her. Look at it again here, Noah.
Eesh.
Bam.
Yeah, definitely
looks like she drove her head into the mat with that one. To your point, as far as Blair and the mystery attacker, you got to wonder if any of those women are going to try to seek revenge here. We know Roxanne Perez has gotten her revenge, and she'll be on later on this evening. Nikita Lyons is still out for vengeance, and we haven't seen Wendy Chu since the attack.
Cover. Yeah, and I'm sure Wendy Chu is just sleeping on a dream of vengeance, but for right now, Lyra Valkyria is wide awake, and she needs to worry about preserving the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, Lyra Valkyria won this title, as I said, last year at Halloween Havoc. Previous chance, though, against Tiffany Stratton, when the title, of course, was vacated due to a draft call for Indy Hartwell. And, of course, we've seen the journey of Lyra Valkyria endorsed by the likes of the Eradicator and the current WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Rhea Ripley, who was successful in retaining her title last night on Raw. Ooh! Good jawbreaker there to finally break the sleeper hold. Didn't have a good grip there when you looked at Blair Davenport's position. Played to the advantage of the champion to find a way out of that. And right now, Lyra, and of course, we got to watch for that knockout spinning heel kick that has knocked every opponent out to this point in Lyra's run at NXT and just lining up the challenger. Follows in with a clothesline, takes Blair off her feet.
It's like a heart punch wheelbarrow slap combination there.
Flies in with a crossbody. And Valkyria firmly in control right now.
It was definitely some abnormal offense there.
Spinning solo, but that's always been Aloy Valkyrie's MO. If you followed her through WXW and NXT UK, and again, the striking prowess of Lyra Valkyria is something to behold, and you're seeing it firsthand here.
Blair in position, Lyra going up top here.
She might be looking to ascend, and will it pay off? Blair down to her feet, cross body, and a miss.
Crash and burn here. Blair looking to capitalize.
Looking to hook her up. I'm looking for that Falcon Arrow. Meanwhile, Fisherman suplex by the champion. Shoots the half, hooking the near leg, and a near fall.
Oof.
Oof.
Almost makes you wonder if she had a good enough grip on that Fisherman, because she didn't go into the bridge for the pin like most people do. She released it and went into a standard pin, hooking the leg like you pointed out there.
Again, it looks like we also have some breaking news at this moment, folks. Following this match, stay tuned as Kelly Kincaid, you might remember her as, of course, Quinn McKay from Ring of Honor, will give us a special update following the conclusion of this contest. And to your point, you got to think about the work done over by the neck. You saw Lyra and how much she's grasped that. And I think that definitely helped alleviate her position in that Fisherman suplex. Meanwhile, boom, man.
Beautiful German.
Fisherman German. Cover, hook of the leg, and another near fall for Lyra. Lyra Valkyrie's next been worked over, and Blair Davenport right now being worked over. These German suplexes, knocking the wind out of her and floating her up like an accordion. Again, you figure about the shoulder. Watch the way, to your point, Blair stops. All the pressure on the right shoulder focus. And I think that definitely has affected the way that these German suplexes have been executed, especially for near falls. Both women right now, high risk district. Blair Davenport, Lyra Valkyrie on the second rope. Blair on the inside. And Lyra right now just clubbing away. Ooh. Caught with that kick to the side of the head. Rocks the champion. Again, these two women superstars are leading the way for NXT. There's your Falcon Arrow connects.
Avalanche Falcon Arrow, and Lyra pops up and then rolls outside the ring.
But Blair, smart, immediately going after the champion. But just going for more punishment, not bringing her back inside. Frustration right now probably has to be coming out of Blair Davenport.
I want to see a replay of that and see how Lyra just popped after that Falcon Arrow.
Kamagoya knee strike into the announce table. Lyra avoiding certain destruction. Look at that. Look at the announce table. Look at the side of it. Her knee went through the damn announce table. And might I add, that knee, that ankle has been previously injured before in a match against Michael Satomura off some high-risk offense from the apron. History right now might be Blair Davenport's bigger enemy here than Lyra Valkyrie, as the referee is starting his 10 count. That's a 9. And Blair on the apron forces the break. Lyra following in, though. Lyra hung up to dry across the top rope. We got to watch that right knee for the duration of this match for sure. That knee went straight through the side of that announce table. Blair right now is trying to, once again, hook the Falcon Arrow, but the knee gave out. Now Lyra looking for the waist slap, posse German suplex, and drives Lyra. Jaw first at the top turnbuckle.
And to your point there, watch out for that knee. You saw there, she went for that Falcon Arrow. Oh, that could have jammed it even more there, going for that double stomp.
There's that spinning heel kick. And Valkyria hoisting Blair up on the shoulders. New Year's Evil exclamation point. Falcon Arrow does the deal. Mizoka Driver, actually, excuse me. And Lyra retains her title. Spin out, driving Blair onto her shoulder blades. And Lyra retains at New Year's Evil. Again, women's contest here. The first women's contest in NXT this year. As Lyra starts off strong, holding on and completing her second defense of the NXT Women's Championship. A great kickoff to your brand this year, JJ, and a great kickoff to Lyra's run this year in 2024 that I'm sure is only going to get bigger from here. Again, to your point, that Avalanche Falcon Arrow, the immediate pop-up, and instead of bringing it back inside the ring, looking for further destruction and possibly injury, trying to drive her knee into the face of Lyra. You can see it in the champion's face. She drove that knee for the announce table. Wasn't the same sense. And that spinning back heel kick, I don't care who you are, lights out. What? Wait a minute. What? Wait.
Oh, shit. Lola Vice with her breakout tournament title shot.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's that? That's Tam Paxley. What? Electra Lopez now coming in as Tam Paxley stops the attempted cash in the breakout tourney contract. To your point, it was Lola Vice that won the breakout tourney last year. And, of course, Tatum and Lyra with major respect for each other. And right now we got 4 women squaring off the outside of the ring. Of course, we saw these 4 women in tag team competition towards the tail end of last year. And apparently no love lost with what's got to be an omen looming over Lyra Valkyrie.
I totally didn't even think about that, man. Her coming running out there like that was like Damian Priest running out for the Money in the Bank cash in. That could have been nasty for Lyra Valkyrie if she had been successful there.
Yeah, no kidding. Meanwhile, let's go backstage to Kelly Kincaid with some breaking news or medical. What?
Oh. Wow.
Unfortunate news here, ladies and gentlemen, as Kelly has informed us that WWE Medical will not clear Leah Drown to compete tonight, and the NXT Championship match, as of this moment, is officially canceled. We will hear from Trick Williams later tonight regarding what we just heard moments ago, but going back to what we just saw, this strange, affliction for Lyra Valkyrie that Tatum Paxley has. Clearly, Lyra wants nothing to do with it, but if nothing else, Tatum Paxley just prevented a second NXT Women's Championship match tonight for Lyra Valkyrie. So again, how does this thing fall out and develop? We'll just have to wait and see. Right now, we're getting ready for our next tag team contest here, Trios Action, with Drew Gulak trying to recreate what he did, of course, with Catch Point, for those that don't know, from Evolve Pro Wrestling. Before we get into that, though, I want to give a shout-out again to the chat. Matthew, Emmanuel, good to see you, and Wesley here. And it looks like Wesley has provided us a little bit of, oh, look at that, a little bit of support here, JJ.
Yes. Looks like he feels that Trick will become the NXT champion tonight. Noah didn't address me, so I'll let you answer that.
Let's see here. Trick will become the NXT champion tonight, Noah. I don't know this soon in his run.
Oh, it is Carlito.
I mean, you know what? While it would be cool for Trick Williams to become NXT champion, I don't think tonight's his night. It looks like what you might wish is inevitable will be prolonged as Carlito comes into NXT on behalf of Dragon Lee, who's, of course, dealing with visa issues.
Wearing a We Are NXT shirt, Noah. I think you'd actually like to get your hands on that one.
Yeah,
because it looks like the NXT is the old school logo.
It is, and I can appreciate that, but also I am extremely conservative nowadays to the point I don't buy a pair if I'm not going to wear it. I'm not one of those type of people that just spends money willy-nilly anymore. I'm very scrupulous with it. Bell rings right away, and thank you, Wesley, by the way, for that $5 super chat. I don't think Trick Williams' night is tonight, but I do think we will whoop that Trick some point before year's end with him as NXT's champion. I will say that. Chance ran out now for Carlito in this six-man tag. Apologies if I feel a little bit deflated after hearing that news, as again, the most anticipated match of the night. Almost makes me want to rant, but I'm going to wait till it plays out and see if something changes tonight, because there's one thing I know. Ilya Dragunov says he's Umba Sinfar, unbreakable, and you cannot break the will of the champion no matter how much you try to restrict it. And I know Trick Williams wouldn't want anything less. Well, we'll talk more about that, I suppose, later. And again, folks, please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. We hope that you are enjoying the engagement, reactions, commentaries, the breakdown conversation. And again, we do this for all the shows, all the specials across all the brands of wrestling. Nice high cross body off the top rope. Look at the leg of Drew Gulak. This is interesting because, as we know, Drew Gulak, he's been trying to recreate what Catchpoint was founded upon. Proficient technical wrestling execution and opportunity found at hand during a contest. And of course, he did that in the early going with one Hank Williams and lately Charlie Dempsey. Cover here. Another near fall.
Now, is that Joaquin in the ring right now for the LWO? Or is that Cruz?
Yeah. That is Joaquin Wilde.
Okay, so Joaquin is shirtless. Cruz has got the shirt on. Got it.
Yes, exactly.
It's got to try and keep them straight because I'm watching a much smaller screen here. So anything I can use to kind of help keep my call. Huge drop kick by Joaquin, then an arm drag to boot.
Again, we talk about the high flying capability. Oh, clubbing shot though from the back.
The youngster there just coming in, that game mentality.
And right now, you see game mentality taking control here. LWO, though, getting the better of the exchange. LWO right now in control of the six-man tag. Meanwhile, Wild up and over on the apron. And what are these three men looking for here? Wild on the second rope. LWO with something bigger. Good grief! Holy hell!
Cruz del Toro and Carlito helped jerk the top rope there to help throw Joaquin further back. What a teamwork maneuver there. Holy hell. Look at this again, Noah. Boom. They helped launch him off that middle rope.
You launching might be an understatement, JJ. He got some height and some distance on that. That was fucking ridiculous.
That was Air Wild here. Screw Air Jordan.
Yeah, eat your heart out, LeBron James and Montez Ford. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. And Wild now, the missile
Huge missile drop kick.
Yeah, and Wild with the cover. I did not expect to see something that insane tonight. That was beyond crazy. I've never seen Wild fly like that in his WWE career. I kid you not. That was beyond amazing. And now you hear Drew Gulak right now, the leader of this crew. Cheap shot. And Wild, what a clothesline by Drew Gulak, the former Cruiserweight champion, might I add.
Smart there. Damon Kemp had the referee distracted. Bourne got that cheap knee in. Now here comes Bourne. The youngster of the no quarter catch crew had his opportunity in the breakout tournament, got eliminated. But he's definitely one to watch here in the future, Noah.
So you've been watching this breakout tournament, of course, JJ, since the get-go, and you look at Bourne right now. Do you think that Drew Gulak and the way that Drew Gulak approaches a wrestling match from a standpoint could pay more towards Bourne's current wrestling output? Like, would you consider Bourne maybe a technician in training?
Absolutely, absolutely. I actually just went back to the graphics so I could get his first name, Miles Bourne.
Thank you for that. Miles Bourne
yeah, he's definitely a technician in training, man. I would put him in the same class as your Wheeler Yuta, your Daniel Garcia. He's that young boy of the no quarter catch crew who's got all the potential in the world, and he's got the veteran Drew Gulak to kind of help mold and nurture him into the same type of submission specialist that he is, that a Charlie Dempsey is. I figure Damon Kemp ran with the Diamond Mine for a minute. So they've all got that proficiency.
Oof.
Miles Bourne here could very much get sculpted in that same type of that performer. And his performance in the tournament was great. It just wasn't good enough.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Well, thank you for that insight, JJ. And of course, to your point, Charlie Dempsey that we were talking about earlier is currently now in Japan, in All Japan Pro Wrestling. I believe he's challenging Kazuhiko Nakajima for the Triple Crown Championship. But Kazuhiko Nakajima was successful in retaining it against Kento Miyahara last year on December 30th. An incredible contest as Nakajima is channeling basically his own Inoki as being the king of kick and the strongest at it right now. If you've looked at his current display lately in All Japan Pro Wrestling since his leave from Pro Wrestling Noah. And thank you, Sandy, by the way, for your thoughts regarding that yesterday. I forgot to talk about that, of course, when she brought that up. And right now, Damon Kemp right now picking the ankle, of course, lump hole of Diamond Mine after the betrayal. But, of course, now to Drew Gulak here, swing and miss. Tata Carlito.
And things are about to get cool in the ring.
Well, you hope so. I don't see an apple in hand. And we're not going to talk about his current fame unless you want to hear me rant. Meanwhile, Carlito right now picking up speed. Nice rising knee strike to Damon Kemp. Miles Bourne, double clothesline at miss. Double clothesline by Carlito. Takes Bourne and Kemp down.
If you want to hear Noah rant about Carlito's current theme, that'll be a $10 super chat to the Casa D18 Studios channel.
And Carlito with an apple. Drew Gulak up and over with the fat body drop, though.
Huge back body there by Carlito.
Who brings an apple to a wrestling show?
Carlito.
Boom!
Spine on the pine.
Number 2. It may have been on the pine, but it was only fine. Not enough for the 3, JJ. Ooh, super kick by Wild, though. Meanwhile, Miles Bourne sends him up and over, and Bourne flies in runs him over with the clothesline. Playing the issue right now. Oh, wow! Up the rope, and right now, Damon Kemp hooking up the Toro. Up and around and slammed down. We're down to the 2 legal men again. Damon Kemp and Carlito hoisted up. Ooh, backbreaker. And all 6 men are down right now. How about a furious exchange among all 6 of these competitors? Damon Kemp right now going for the cover, shoots the half, hook him a leg. Is enough here? No, Carlito finds a way to escape.
Nice Wile E. Coyote cam shot there showing us where everybody is.
I was about to say, you don't usually see that in NXT, let alone outside of Money in the Bank matches. I'm just saying. Or War Games.
Joaquin Wilde going back up to the top rope.
Whoa, my tornado to the outside. Wiping out Drew Gulak and Miles Bourne. Beautiful execution off the top rope by the former GJZ. If you know, you know, folks. Impact Wrestling. Okada roll by Damon Tipp. Again, there was a blind tag, though. He is not legal. Del Toro is. And Carlito.
Backstabber.
There it is. Del Toro right now might be looking to fly. We've seen enough agility taking down these technicians tonight. Carlito put him in the drop zone. And somewhere Del Toro is looking to soar back turn. Phoenix Splash finishes business. Del Toro with the win for the LWO. I will admit that Carlito and NXT in this trios match was pretty cool. What's not cool is Death Rebels, lame brain, generic ass nonsense. You can get on any free music based service like fucking SoundCloud, where CFOS actually put purpose in the music, recognize the character, kept the originality. You want to talk about something cool? You want to talk about something you can actually recognize? Go back next time to the freaking early 2010s when Carlito's theme actually had purpose.
There you go, Wesley. I hope you enjoyed your rant.
But I digress. Big backstabber by Carlito. Again, let's take a look at some of the highlights here. And then Del Toro with the hike, the twist, and the splash connects on Damon Kemp as the LWO tonight gets the win. You gotta wonder, Rey Mysterio's gotta be all smiles. What's going on for Charlie Dempsey's mind? Especially if Charlie Dempsey succeeds in All Japan Pro Wrestling. Ugh. You can tell Drew Gulak is a bit hot after that loss there, JD. Oh!
And there's the apple. Carlito spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
In 2024. Well, congratulations to the LWO and welcome to NXT, even if it's only for one night. Carlito.
That's awesome. I want that t-shirt. Okay, we got Trick Mellow Game backstage.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hear what's going on here. Of course, we finally know that Trick Mellow Game is back on full display after all those rumors and speculations of these two finally put to rest.
Grayson Waller.
Oh, Lord.
Wow, really, Trick?
I mean, yeah, you were there as a survivor. You also were here 1 year ago on New Year's Eve, and you lost to Braun Breaker, falling out of the ring. I remember when you exploded the freaking turnbuckle platform, Braun Breaker in the corner. Before me and James talked about burger shapes. What was it afterwards? I can't remember.
Grayson Waller saying he wrestles legends on SmackDown now, not flops like Trick Williams.
Oh, look at that. Trick got a new t-shirt. Wait, what?
What?
Carmelo! What the hell are you saying? I think Carmelo just let his mouth overload his ass.
Yeah, Melo needs to not write checks that his ass can't cash.
Well, I guess we'll see if Shawn Michaels makes this match official. What will be official, folks, is again, the JMN Multiverse of Media live watch event scheduled for the first week of the We Gonna Die schedule. Keeps you in tune with all its happenings in professional wrestling sports team at 2. We'll be back here after tonight, next time on Friday night, to acknowledge the first SmackDown of the new year. SmackDown New Year's Revolution. Of course, we'll be covering it, and we'll be on the air live 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is SmackDown New Year's Resolution. Stay tuned for Revolution. Stay tuned for more on that. We'll crown a new number one contender to challenge Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship. Date to be determined. I imagine it's going to be Royal Rumble against Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Thank you. And of course, we're also going to determine the new number one contender to the United States Championship between Santos Escobar and Kevin Owens. And the Women's Undisputed Championship, name conventions, will be on the line as, of course, Io Sky will defend the title against Meacham. This and so much more this Friday on SmackDown New Year's Revolution. Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
Who is this Meechin that you speak of? I know who Mia Yim is. I do not know this Meechin that you talk of.
I was going to say, I said Meechin. That's why I popped in.
Wait, Meechin, is that Chinese food?
This is Meechum. Is that what you meant? Was that a bot in your lingo?
Let's go with that. Yeah, we got Mia Yim on SmackDown. We got Meechum in the booth. Let's go with that. Hi, Jeff. What's up?
Just felt like popping in during the full commercial and saying hello to everybody. And once again, reminding everybody that we appreciate the super chats. Just follow the ticker as we do going forward. Yes. We're going to make sure we actually super chat and acknowledge them when the match is on. Again, very much appreciate the $15. Just we're a wrestling stream, not a class in manners or commands. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I am going to address the real Wyatt real quick. At least this Trick Mello story isn't going as long as the Adam Cole Devil story went.
Jesus, right?
Yeah, that felt like an eternity. You figure about All In, that was in freaking August. So that's fracking 4 months plus. Why the Trick Mello conspiracy theory has only been about 2 months, give or take.
And it'll probably get resolved here either tonight or Vengeance Day at the latest.
I'd say Vengeance Day should be the final note, but I still think that Trick Mello game needs to stand deliver before we really see what changes in your NXT in 2024.
Yes. Well, if I may take a moment, gentlemen, while we are on full commercial, I did receive something in the mail today from Statboy, if he is still watching. He had requested I open it on the sports bar today, but time crunch was what it was, and we weren't able to get to that. So I told him we would either get in the pre-show or first full non-picture-in-picture commercial. So since we have that opportunity, I'm going to open it.
Would you like a solo shot?
Let's just do this thing.
And it is...
Dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun.
Oh, wow.
There it is. There you go.
There it is. In all its glory. That
bitch.
Jade Cargill, AEW action figure.
There you go.
Thank you very much, Statboy. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, Dory Lou. Appreciate that.
Nice one. I imagine he's never going to open that thing.
We've got that bitch on the action figure at JJ's place. We've got Nikki Glazer on Barbageddon Monday. I'm watching Barbageddon now for sure because that bitch is funny. And Chase U on the television screens as we go back to NXT.
Riley Osborne in the Chase U classroom. Looks like he's taking his final exam for the breakout tournament final. Talking about guys like Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, William Regal, Fit Finley.
Well, he's got inspirations, but I don't know if he's got academics because I don't think you get that at Chase U. Aspirations to be champion in 2024, made it to the finals. To your point, JJ, once again, your accredited institution has a big opportunity as Riley Osborne is in the finals of the men's breakout tournament. And based on the highlights I've seen him deliver incredible agility and a picture-perfect moonsault after overcoming who you thought was going to be in the finals, Lexus King.
Yeah. And he beat Keanu Carver as well there in the first round. Jeff, I just shared the bracket if you want to bring that up real quick. And it looks like it's official. The Battle of the Iron Survivors tonight.
Trick Williams,
there you go.
Trick Williams, Grayson Waller, Battle of the Iron Survivors, and the winner will be the number one contender to the NXT Championship.
So there you go. That's how we got to the finals here. Riley Osborne defeated Keanu Carver and Lexus Keene. Obafemi defeated Miles Bourne, who we just saw in that 6-man action, and Tavion Heights.
Interesting. Meanwhile, there she is, Mrs. NXT, Ariana Grace, Santina Morella's daughter, in action against the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. And the thing, this all happened after a little bit of a verbal confrontation where Roxanne Perez slapped the red lipstick off her face. And let's be honest here, since Roxanne Perez lost that steel cage match, JJ, Roxanne's been a little bit unhinged.
Yeah, definitely. Roxanne has been going down a different path. I don't know if I would say that it's a dark path, but definitely a more aggressive path here. Excuse me, these past couple of weeks.
Oh! Talk about slap a bitch. Well, I mean, again, you say it's not about wins and losses. I think Roxanne Perez would disagree, being a former NXT Women's Champion, and after losing that steel cage match against freaking Kiana James, where business might finally pick up for that competitor, Roxanne Perez is looking to start off her new year in a better light. Hopefully at New Year's Eve, starting tonight.
And of course, Ariana Grace here, as you pointed out, daughter of Santino, the niece of Santina Marella, beauty queen in her own right there.
Right.
Definitely you can see where she gets some of her gimmick inspiration.
Look, all I'm saying is don't start blowing a trombone when you start winning matches. That's all I'm going to say.
Ooh, look at that. She lured Roxanne into a false sense of security, offering her hand for a handshake, and then slapped her.
And she paid for it, once again getting slapped like a bitch. And again, we've seen Roxanne Perez lately develop a much more aggressive side of herself when people have taken her lightly. We've seen that really develop ever since her fallout with Blair Davenport, which, like you said, she did get the better of in the end in front of her family at Great American Bash last year. Nice back elbow strike, though, by Grace creating distance. Irish whip off the ropes, and again, Roxanne Perez, high place of her advantage, along with her agility, doesn't need the clothesline again, flies into the cross body. And again, Roxanne Perez has done everything in this NXT breakout tourney. Tag team, nice Money Straw Cradle here. And look at this roll through in the bridge. And a 2 count.
It's the reason why they call her the prodigy, man. You listen to Booker T on commentary here in my NXT, and he can be annoying as shit. I am not even going to lie.
Hey, that's
but
true.
You listen to him on commentary whenever Roxanne is in the ring, and he sounds like a proud papa. Her, of course, coming through his reality of wrestling school.
Kick to the midsection. Roxanne Perez drives her into the bottom rope, though. And of course, Roxanne Perez overcame so much adversity, including her own self-anxiety, and catapulted up into the second rope. Again, we've seen what it takes lately to trigger Roxanne Perez, and why she's been able to use that sometimes to her advantage has also been to her, basically her fall. It's been to her downfall. We saw what happened again in that steel cage when that freaking business investment of whatever the hell her name was helped Kiana James win. And she didn't even have to escape. She pinned her in the middle of the ring. Let's take a look again at this catapult here. Sent up first to the second rope.
I don't know what part of that catapult was worse, Noah, the throat going in the top rope or the whiplash on the head on the bottom.
Double impact. Either way, still cable.
Ooh, nice vertical suplex there by Ariana. Goes for the pinfall.
And a near fall. I like the float over. She immediately went to hook the leg. Very good fundamentals here right now by Ariana Grace. Of course, Santina Marella, Ebony Corelli, the director of Applaud for Impact Wrestling, TNA Wrestling. Of course, that starts this year, January 13th, at Hard to Kill, which, of course, we will cover here. And again, shout out to my NOLA correspondent. That's to have a great time there. And, of course, the women are taking full display tonight. And, again, we will see if the working class beats the rich class as loser becomes summer for a day between Timothy Stratton and Fallon Henry. Nice roll up there by Roxanne Perez. And that will be the match coming up next. Again, you look at Roxanne Perez and everybody just looks at this little girl, this underdog. This person can't hang with us. She's not at my level. She's not class. And Ariana Grace basically is trying to make an example out of Roxanne Perez tonight. But again, former NXT Women's Champion, Royal Rumble participant, breakout tourney winner, tag team champion. She's done everything possible and more since her tenure in WWE that's only been in NXT.
To counterpoint you, though, people look at an Ariana Grace and they realize she's the daughter of Santino Marella, who was a joke character for his entire WWE tenure. They look at her beauty queen gimmick and they think that she can't go, that she's just another pretty face that the WWE hired to try to make marks get hard. And she gets in the ring. She delivers technical prowess like we've seen with these suplexes. She's not one to be taken very lightly either.
And Roxanne Perez right now being the aggressor in the corner. A different anger coming out of the Prodigy tonight, who has to be boiling over. Oh my. Right into the eyes, in the face, dropping her at first. Grace just literally blinded Roxanne Perez for the moment there. Now looking to hook her up. Roxanne still fighting back, though. Meanwhile, Roxanne up and over.
Pop Rock!
Pop Rock cover to Roxanne with the win! Well, Roxanne Perez out with a good initial statement so far at New Year's Evil, starting off for 2024 right. Beautiful, cold red, the Pop Rocks. That's the finishing move of this matchup, putting Ariana Grace in her place. Ariana Grace saying she has issues. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, hold on here. I wouldn't say Roxanne Perez is anger management. I think Roxanne Perez is just tired of being, talked down upon, particularly by Ariana Grace, and Ariana Grace is paying for it. But we need to create some separation here. We need to get some officials out here.
Roxanne, I think, is tired of people trying to walk all over her.
Yeah, look at the crossface.
They take her kindness for weakness.
Yeah, officials calling for more help. Roxanne Perez is not letting go of this hold. It's almost like a maniacal smile on her face. She loves what she's doing right now. I have not seen this out of Roxanne Perez since she's come to your NXT. Officials doing everything they can to separate these two for the sake of Grace. Well, wait a minute. Alicia Taylor coming in here. And the official right now. Oh, come on! That's such a bullshit call!
The match was over.
Yeah! I mean, she followed the rules, she won.
And you've got a pissed off Prodigy now, damn it.
Shawn Michaels, you better fix this. Oh, Ava Raine coming out.
Here comes Ava Raine leaving Shawn Michaels' office. She's basically been the liaison for the women's division.
Makes sense. Let's see if she has any follow-up to this. Target Superstar.
Nice.
Okay, the Men's Dusty Rose Tag Team Classic kicks off. And again, didn't really say anything about her position officially, but to your point, she basically has become the assistant to the general manager. Very effective for the women's locker room in general. And with that representation, especially with the internal locker room representation of Ava Raine, I think that's a very good role for her. I think this is a very good move.
Absolutely. I mean, we only got to see her wrestle 2 matches as a part of the schism.
Yes.
And she definitely needed some improvement.
Yes.
I won't say that she was greener than baby shit, but she definitely needed some improvement. This allows her to stay on television, stay in a major role, work on her mic abilities because she's having to cut a promo every week. And you keep The Rock's daughter, a member of the bloodline, in a prominent role, so that if she ends up getting called up to a Raw or a SmackDown, she's getting her mic abilities worked on. And I'm sure she's still in the PC working, training, perfecting that craft. So if the day comes, she can get in the ring as well again.
Well, I mean, again, if you can't do it in the ring, you try in a different role. Corey Graves became a commentator. Ava Rain could be a strong authority figure. And again, hard work pays off no matter what role you choose. And tonight, Fallon Henley looks to finally put Tiffany Stratton to work and humble her after literally being buried under trash and called out as trash, as these two have been feuding literally for the better part of 2 years. One of these two is about to be humbled and become a servant for a day. Can the working class overcome riches? It's truly rags versus riches tonight. One that becomes a farm hand or one that becomes a servant.
And here's something else to think about, Noah. Fallon Henley has to go it alone. Her, Briggs, and Jensen all amicably separated a week ago. They are no longer a unit. Briggs has gone his own way. Jensen has gone his own way. Fallon has gone her own way. So she does not have her unit, her boys, to watch her back anymore.
Well, I guess it's one of those things where after you think about, again, the fallout of 2 of those 3 losing out in both Iron Survivor challenges, you just need to go your own way and try and create your own way. And I guess right now that is the case. So I guess we'll see if Fallon Henley takes the first step tonight to finally make a statement of what it means to work hard and not be given everything on a silver platter. That's what this really comes down to tonight. Hi, Jeff.
I would like to say quickly before Jeff speaks, thank you to Wesley for joining the members only section. Always appreciate the support there.
Yes. But much like you talked about with the girls, he can go his own way until tomorrow.
Non-copyright.
It's okay to be members. Don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. But also, bullshit call by the referee. The match was over. Roxanne won. Roxanne was making a statement. She's not going to be the little girl you all can just try and step over. And we've been talking about she needed this aggressive side for a long time. We're finally seeing it come out. And the referee freaking recalls it to bullshit. Dumb call. Nonsense.
All I know is I think we should call up to wherever the office is in Wrestling Canada so we can get Santina to do the trumpets for his baby girl because she just won tonight.
What I think we need to do is we need to call to the Brooks home in Chicago, Illinois, and see if April is available to help usher this new darker side of Roxanne, reunite her with Cora Jade, and have her manage them.
I'm here for that shit.
Interesting thought idea.
Every bit of it.
It's an interesting idea, but only time will tell. I mean, again, we've seen Cora Jade. She's trying to be the main girl of NXT, trying to carve her own path. Whether the people like it or not, they respond to her, and that's all that matters. You get a response in the day, you're doing something in this business. Roxanne Perez, she went on to bigger and greater things very quickly and became the NXT champion, something Cora Jade hasn't done yet. So, I mean, maybe, both these women taking a dark turn as a way to bring these friends, career-wise, back together on screen and once again recreate and redefine another women's tag team. And maybe it will be the way to go. Now,
I like Matthew's tag team name for them. The Daughters of Punk.
The Daughters of Punk. Oy vey. All right. Well, again, we'll see what happens, I'm sure, soon enough. And whether or not Shawn Michaels or Ava Rain have repercussions for Roxanne Perez, unsportsmanlike conduct. Bullshit call.
You know what?
We'll see.
Part of what Ava Rain said really caught me. I don't know if either one of you caught that. She said that a wise man told her, and then she went on like, ooh, she's got Paulie in her ear still.
Well, just remember when he came that day for the Tuesday Night War, she spoke to him.
Yep.
So much the same way that Trick spoke to John Cena about when did you know that it was your time. Paul Heyman spoke to the member of the bloodline that was in NXT.
And just think about the last time we saw a direct bloodline member of Ava's family. Oh, yesterday when he said he was going to pick his spot to eat last night, shit's about to go down in this bloodline, y'all, for real.
I told Cece about that line in his promo. Her response, as much as she enjoys The Rock like we all do, her response, stay in your lane, old man.
Ooh, man.
And she's not a Roman fan.
No, she's not.
We see Blair Davenport backstage. Oh, and here comes Thakita the Lioness.
The woman that kicked her head up. The woman that kicked her head up when she returned to NXT. And, of course, no love lost with these two. And the key Lions wanting to do stuff in the ring, so the score once for all. Whoa. Been enough chaos tonight at NXT right now with the women's division. But Blair Davenport and the Kia Lions might have a collision.
They need to make that for Vengeance Day. Put that on the PLE. Don't give it away on free TV. I know we've got a month, but still.
You know what? That actually makes sense, actually. I could actually buy into that. That's a grudge that actually could work on the NXT PLE. The first NXT PLE of the new year, of course, Vengeance Day, that we will cover next month. Meanwhile, it's time for a match of high class versus working class as Tiffany Stratton takes on Fallon Henry. And the stipulation with this match, the loser becomes the other's servant for a day. And I can only imagine what could go through one of these two minds over a 24-hour period of being literally at the other's beckoning call. Tiffany Stratton, of course, former NXT Women's Champion last year, and she has been saying that you will never be me. But Fallon Henry doesn't want to be her. Fallon Henry wants to humble her and show her what hard work truly is. Says that Tiffany Stratton's been handed everything on a silver platter, while Fallon Henry has worked everything for her whole life. It's city versus country.
I am so torn with this match, Noah, for real.
Oh,
Tiffany has beyond earned my respect the last 365 days, but I love me some Fallon Henley too.
Again, we also talked about, loser of this match becomes either ranch hand or servant. You can pretty much guess which one is which. Again, these two, they've been tied up with each other since 2021. First time one encounter, Tiffany Stratton won. In 2022, at Roadblock, Fallon Henry beat Tiffany Stratton. Later on in June last year, in 2022, Fallon Henry got the better of Tiffany Stratton. And as we saw last year, December 13th, prior to deadline, afterwards, it was Fallon Henry that beat Tiffany Stratton, but was literally taken out with the trash and buried underneath it, which brings us to this contest tonight. They've been at each other's throats for the better part of the last year. And of course, we saw the fallout and the tensions really come ahead at deadline. Fallon Henry, the underdog of that whole field, cover here and a 2 count. And right now, Fallon Henry's finally trying to put Tiffany Stratton in her place. The history of this rivalry spans literally Jada's entire NXT. Good counter there. Tiffany Stratton, though, the good agility. Nice drop toe hold, though, by Fallon Henry. Oh, right to the side of the head with that kick.
Fallon in firm control right now.
Well, Tiffany Stratton just took control, coming up a handful of hair and driving Fallon Henry into the ring post. For those that don't know, Fallon Henry is the former Tessa Price in the independent scene with more ring experience in her entire career than Tiffany Stratton, who's literally been built only out of NXT. Is Tiffany Stratton about to acquire a new servant for one day? Find out as we continue this match in picture-in-picture.
Tiffany Stratton is, the definition of what the NXT system, the current NXT system is all about, because a year and a half ago, you would have looked at her as exactly what she is. She is NXT's Barbie girl living in a Barbie world. Something you know a lot about if you look at Noah. That's what I call karaoke, but I digress. But Fallon, to your point, is that journeywoman. She's been around the block a few times. She got scouted from other promotions and brought into NXT. You know, she's been molded by the system, but she hasn't been sculpted by the system the way Tiffany has.
Tiffany Stratton believes she's the most precious gem in the entire NXT women's division, while Fallon Henry is better off preserved behind the darkest shelf in a pawn shop.
And you know what? With Tiffany's performance the last 365, it's hard to argue that.
Well, momentum is everything, and wins and losses, I do believe, still matter, especially in your NXT, which again is the developmental brand. When you figure about both these women's developments, there's no denying that Tiffany Stratton has progressed further than Fallon Henry. Ooh, just ripped down by her hair to the mat, sent up and over on her head.
I agree with you, Matthew.
Cover.
Tiffany is everything Charlotte wishes she could be without the famous last name.
Accurate. Tiffany Stratton firmly in control right now. Fallon Henry now looking for a crossface here or a chin lock, driving her knee into the lower back of Fallon Henry. But again, Fallon Henry is the definition of us, the common folk, the working class, those that literally put their own blood, sweat, and tears into everything they want and everything they want to achieve. She wasn't born in Beverly Hills 90210. She wasn't born from a pedigree. She wasn't given her daddy's credit card with a $10,000 credit card limit with a Mercedes-Benz at her beckoning call when she turned 16 years old. Fallon Henry earned everything on the farm, including
That's why she connects so easily with all the fans. The fans relate to her. It's hard to relate to a girl like Tiffany unless you come from the upper class. Can't even say the upper middle class.
No.
Unless you come from the upper class, you cannot relate to a girl like Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton is the girl that is always out of your league, where Fallon Henley is the girl next door.
She grew up country. Like I said, what happens when a city girl meets a country girl? The story of JJ's NXT's women's division. Of course, Fallon Henry has saved even her family's bar at one time from certain destruction into an apartment complex by one Kiana James. And right now, Tiffany Stratton might be in trouble here. You see the eyes of Fallon Henry. Nice open palm strike. Fallon Henry trying to create momentum here. Fuck TV. Fuck commercials. I'm just saying. Oh, dropped her first in the second rope as we are back here in NXT. And Tiffany Stratton looking to regain control, drive, and offer way in the back of the head and neck of Fallon Henry. Doesn't need the clothesline, though. Fallon looking for control here. Both women right up against me. And both collide and both down the middle of the ring.
Huge double clothesline. Both women getting a breath here. Take a look at this again.
Wham!
Oof.
Could you imagine Fallon Henry putting Tiffany Stratton to work on the farm, shoveling manure?
I think that would be the best for TV, which is why I think Fallon may get this one. Servant would be too ho drum, you know.
Yeah, hello, Cameron Grimes and LA Knight $1 Million Championship. I'm just saying. Been there, done that. Nice spinning soulback kick by Fallon Henry and a big right hand rocking Stratton, taking her down with a clothesline. Fallon Henry
but like I said, Tiffany Stratton doing farm work, that would be like the Simple Life TV series. And that got good ratings, especially the first season. As it continued, the ratings kind of declined a little bit. But that first season where they were on the farm, some of the best ratings they ever did.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I may be a simple man, but I'm always going to be city versus country. And as far as working classes go, there's the top 1%, and then there's everybody else. Fallon Henry up to the top rope right now. Nice cross body, hook of the legs, and not fair to humble Tiffany with a near fall. Again, a lot on the line here right now. And looks like we got breaking news from Shawn Michaels' Twitter. Just got a call from a former NXT champion who wants to stop by and watch the new main event.
Ooh.
All right.
Who could that be?
Well, there's definitely a number of people that definitely had their history of Grayson Waller that have held the NXT Championship. Crucifix Bob Tiffany was almost beaten. That was
who says that it's got to be someone who's got history with Waller?
True.
You know,
take a little replay here. Oof. Beautiful crucifix bomb there for a nice 2.5. Tiffany Stratton right now might just be 1-3 count away from working on the ranch. But again, the work done the small of the back. Found unable to capitalize. And up and over, though. Breaks up, creates distance. Von Henry, though. Whop! Plant him with a spine buster. Cover. 2. No. Again, Tiffany Stratton's got enough servants as it is. I mean, does she really want Fallon Henry to be put in her place? Meanwhile, prettiest moonsault ever. Whoa, roll through land on her feet. Just denied. Great scouting there by Fallon Henry. Back elbow strike and Fallon out of the corner, but she's looking for here. And oh my! Nasty fall for both there. I'm not sure who got the worst of that spill. Again, so much on the line. Fallon Henry looking to finally put Tiffany Stratton in her place, humble her with the worker's life. Tiffany Stratton once again trying to prove nobody can beat her, and Fallon Henry is just trash. Up on the shoulders. Fallon Henry, though, grabbing the bottom rope. And Tiffany looking for something here, but Fallon denying. And they go, oh, just drop face first across the apron. Again, we talked about the bad blood with these two going all the way back to 2021. And Tiffany grabbing a chair. This is not no disqualification. What's she doing? If Tiffany uses this, she'll be disqualified here. Again, might be looking to make a statement versus win. Gets a midsection, though. Drives the chair out of Tiffany Stratton's hands. While Tiffany right now jockeying for control with the official. Official takes the chair. Oh, man, what a shining wizard! Covered by Fallon. 2. Fallon Henry has beaten Tiffany Stratton. Get your cowboy boots up, girl.
Tiffany Stratton's going to have to get into some cowboy shit next week.
Quite literally. Fallon Henry just turned Tiffany Stratton into a farmhand for one day. Tiffany Stratton is Fallon Henley's servant. How poetic. Let's take a look at the replay here. The prettiest moonsault ever. Roll through denied. Meanwhile, jogging for a chair. Bam! That shot right to the head there. Not really shining wizard, but still you get the gist. Tiffany Stratton lights out. Saddle up, girl. You got a lot of work ahead for you, and it won't be at your beckoning call. It will be super early in the morning out in the country. Oh, man, this is going to be quite interesting. Just imagine, you got to get up early in the morning, grab that towel. You got to take care of the chickens, milk the cows. You got to fend all the farm life, take care of the crops, and work in the barn, too. Meanwhile, we go backstage to Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. Braun Breaker, former NXT champion. And, of course, Baron Corbin, previous challenger to the NXT championship, came up short. I'm glad to see that Tiffany Stratton will be putting her in her place. Always pisses me off when the rich just gloat, and show up their wealth. I'm better than you because I have a freaking 6-figure.
Interesting.
Fuck off.
This is interesting. Baron Corbin wants Braun Breaker to be his partner for the Dusty Classic. That could be a devastating tandem if they can put their egos to the side. They would probably be the clear favorites.
I'm just trying to look at Baron Corbin's track history of working with others.
Okay, but look at Braun's history of working with others. That's why I'm saying if they can check their egos at the door, Baron's experience and Braun's strength and raw power, that could be huge.
I mean, gold still gives you a paycheck at the end of the day, even tag gold. Yeah, so much for checking that eagle, JJ.
I didn't say it would happen immediately, Noah. I'm just saying if they can check their egos.
Well, strange bedfellows have worked before. Not necessarily immediately out of the get-go, but we'll see what happens.
Taking a
It
look
looks
now
like
at
as we preview,
Obafemi.
yeah, we previewed Riley Osborne there. Here's his opponent. So, Jay, this is all you. How about this individual here that waits on the other side of the breakout tourney? You showed the bracket earlier.
This dude is just a beast. Like, look at his sheer power. He is the epitome of diamond in the rough. He's that raw strength that you just need to shine and polish to find that special touch about him. If I'm being honest, I thought Tavion Heights was going to defeat him, but there's just something. Look at that back breaker, that shoulder breaker there.
Apparently, he's from Nigeria.
God.
Oh, my word. He's got that crazy eye look like Booker T.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of young Biggie Langston. Just that sheer raw power and strength before he was able to get molded into what we know him as today.
Meanwhile, as we go backstage, we're going to get ready to hear from Ridge Holland, who very much is the reason why the Dragon is not medically cleared to defend the title tonight. That's coming up next here on NXT New Year's Evil. I will say this. He looks like a big opposing threat and somebody not to take lightly. I'm actually curious to see how this match pans out. I've seen power overcome before, though, by agility. And I look at these two, I think Riley Osborne clearly has the speed advantage. We know he can go high risk. I'm very curious to see what Oba can do besides throw his body weight around and collide with people's bodies. So this match kind of intrigues me as, of course, we continue the We Gonna Die kickoff week here at the JMN Multiverse of Media. Again, folks, still so much more to come. After this feed tonight, tomorrow, you got the Greg Cherry show. As we got the best of TNA on Thursday, we're going to take a little bit of a day off, but I believe that's when we'll have Talk Wrestling. And then Friday, we'll be back here for New Year's Revolution, Friday Night SmackDown, which I'm sure is going to be an interesting showcase. And, of course, we also have Wrestle Kingdom 18 coverage. That'll be super early Thursday morning. Cannot freaking wait. And, of course, we have the first Open Mic Night of the new year, the episode before the 2-year anniversary. Congratulations, JJ, of Open Mic Night this Saturday night. And then Sunday, we finally take a day off and rest because we're going to, like the Lord, the Sabbath day, take it easy and keep it holy. Anyway, hi, Jeff. What's up?
I hope you're ready, Noah, because you're the one who last year pointed out the 1-year anniversary of Open Mic Night.
Yes.
You hosted the 1-year anniversary of Open Mic Night. You are going to be back in the hot seat again this year, good sir. We're going to keep that tradition rolling.
Oh,
so
God.
make sure you tune in, not this Saturday, but
no.
the Saturday after the 13th, as Noah will be the special guest host of Open Mic Night.
Following Hard to Kill.
Yeah, immediately following Hard to Kill.
Oh, God.
Lest we forget.
I'm working double duty. I'm working double duty that Saturday night. Oh, Jesus.
Double duty.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's perfect, dude. You are the voice of the JMN. You call yourself that. You've acknowledged yourself as that. I know the entire chat room would put their finger in the air to acknowledge you as the voice of JMN.
I don't need that.
You are the MVP of the JMN. I'm sure everyone would put their one finger up in the chat room for that as well. You hosted the 1-year anniversary. If you guys would like to see Noah Foster host the 2-year anniversary of Open Mic Night, let me see some LA Night yeahs coming through the chat room.
Oh, Lord. What are you starting?
Yeah.
And the freaking founder said yes. So it's like every guy's had it. Oh, good grief.
No. I'm good with whatever I'm going to give the people what they want.
Fair enough.
That's what I do around here, by God.
Well, the things I do for friends. All right. Well,
there's one. There's two.
Oh, Lord. What are you starting?
There's Safed. Noah's the voice of JMN. That's as good as a yeah.
Yeah.
There's the yeah from Safed.
All right. I mean, heck, as is tradition, I guess a new tradition develops here as the Championship Network continues to evolve every year as we just celebrate the what was it, the 4-year anniversary, Jeff? Or the 5?
We celebrated the 4, kicked off the 5th.
That's what I thought. Okay, just making sure the number's right. All right. Well, anyway, we got a full commercial break on right now. So, Jeff, how do you feel about the fact that friggin' Beverly Hills is going country?
Beverly Hills, that's where I want to be, but that's not where Tiffany wants to be because, well, she wants to be, but she's going to end up in some hayfield somewhere.
Country.
Yeah, she's going country.
They're not copyright, damn it, not copyright. Alan Jackson, not copyright. Well,
hey, again, it's not a copyright if we don't have the music behind it. You gotta stop correcting that stuff.
Look, I'm one of those that's lyrically sound. If I hear a song word by word, I'm like, no, we need to stop it. But that being said, Tiffany Stratton is going to be humble, but it would not surprise me if she seeks vengeance following this. And again, the first NXT PLE of the new year we'll cover here will be NXT Vengeance Day, Sunday, February 4th. So stay tuned, folks, for more on that.
Was that Kingston in your avatar?
What?
Yep.
DJ? Yep. Wow. I'm impressed. All right. Back to...
here we go.
Here we go.
Resident Mean Girl, Cora Jade, in the locker room.
Oh, boy.
Well, Gigi Dolan sitting in Cora's locker spot.
Yeah, I don't think it's coincidental, JJ.
That's fair, Gigi.
Yeah, respect goes both ways. Or should. Oh, the women grudges boiling over. Looks like Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade are set up for a date inside the ring. Tensions galore in and out of the women's locker room. So much more in store. New Year's Evil kicking off the year at your NXT.
Again, hopefully they'll save that for Vengeance Day as well and just let it boil over the next few weeks.
Speaking of boiling over,
here we go. Ridge Holland.
It's probably boiling over inside from his, I would say, received, I don't know what the word he is here. Let's just go with what it is. His received feedback on his in-ring work-like conduct, injuring the NXT champion. Let's hear what's on Rich Holland's mind. Again, not intentional. I'm sure you're not intentional. Yeah, Big E. All right, please get well soon, brother. Of course, Rich Holland came onto the scene back in NXT UK. Yeah, injury struck Rich Holland October 7th, 2020. His knee gave out on him. And his ankle. Oy! Again, leg injuries are no joke.
No, just ask Dante Martin.
As friggin' Chris Statlander, both knees. As Bailey. You could just keep adding to the list. Anybody wearing a knee brace or knee braces. Period. Dax Harwood. Of course, Rich Holland, family man as well, came across the pond from Great Britain. Or the Brawling Brutes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sustained another injury. Busted nose. You talk about the people he's injured. He has had a track record of injuries done to himself. It's almost like his career is being cause and effect.
Yeah.
Which is really...
See, some of this I didn't know about because I wasn't really following back then. Mm-hmm. I didn't know about his own injuries. I just knew about the injuries he's caused.
Right. Who's the Rich on NXT should know? Let alone another father career. Just like that. I mean, you want to make a statement. I'm not sure that's the type of statement you want to make, especially in your opening in this NXT. Well, you could look at Rich Holland. You could call him a brute if you want, but he definitely looks like a very humble man, JJ. And you could definitely tell that he is definitely got some deep feelings inside him. He wants to do what's best for himself, best for his family, and he doesn't want to be the guy that's only known for causing injuries. He doesn't want that moniker. So I'm very curious if Rich Holland can find a way where he's not looked at as a, let's just call it as we see it, Neanderthal brute. And somebody that actually has real grit and can really carry in your NXT. I hope the better for him. I really do.
Speaking of being able to carry my NXT, it's time for the men's breakout tournament final, and here comes Oba Femi.
Self-proclaimed ruler of this tournament, and soon to be, if he gets his way, definitely could be a ruler in your NXT. Speaking of NXT, it looks like the house shows are in full swing, and you can still get tickets for Sabine, Florida, if you are down there, as NXT Live, once again, will be on the road. So stay tuned for more details, WWE.com/NXT Ticks. For all you know, JJ, you could get no one out there in California.
I hope so. And here's Riley Osborne backstage.
Pressure's on.
Oh, can see Thea and JC Jane there behind.
Thea Hale's going to be out there alongside Riley Osborne. All right. Oh God, I'm about to freaking rant again. This feels like
Don't rant. It is an innocent schoolgirl crush. It is so adorable.
Yeah.
Thea and JC have been in the Chase U student section for Riley's matches here as of late. So look for them to be in the stands, watching and supporting there.
Of course, that guaranteed NXT championship is what that contract represents. Let's also keep that in mind. Lola Vice tried to cash in hers earlier tonight when she won the women's breakout tourney last year. With the fact the NXT champion right now is MIA for the time being, Riley Osborne has a huge chance to make a first impression and send a message to two previous Iron Survivor Challenge winners. Let's go down the introductions for our semi-main events.
I'm curious to see what you think of these two guys when you watch this match, Noah.
I'm going to strictly try and focus on these two and not the crap pot Disney reality lame brain Nick
You
love story
leave my
developing.
Chase U alone, good sir.
Never. Never. Not my institution. Anyway, we gotta get back on track with all the chaos.
Thank you, Matthew.
Building. I just look at these two on paper, and it literally looks like little guy versus big men. It's like this feels like it should be one-sided just from presentation.
It's very much David versus Goliath, but as you pointed out earlier, a lot of times that speed and agility guy can upset the power guy.
Ooh.
And that's what Riley's got to do here. He's got to stick and move. You just saw that step up Seguri.
Oh.
Drop kick got swatted by Obafemi. He was ready for it. Missed the elbow drop.
Now in the front headlock, and right now Riley Osborne's trying to wear down the big man. And again, to your point, I talk about clash of styles. This isn't WWE 2K23, my GM mode here, though. I'm not sure what attribute you would give to either of these men, but I definitely would give more of the speed advantage to Riley Osborne. Definitely give the power advantage to Oba. Nice chop block there. Great awareness, though, by Riley, taking the big man down to his knees. That's how you chop down a tree. Follows up with a strike. And Alba right now, Rappa back to his feet. Got Riley goozled. Riley trying to break the hold, the firm grip. And my, just drove up and over to the floor.
Arlene, don't put that out in the ether. How dare you, Missy?
Femi Oba right now, of course, who made his way to this, beating Miles Bourne and Thurman Heights. To your point earlier, as we looked at the bracket, and Riley Osborne drops the top rope, sends Oba to the outside.
Riley Osborne again got through Keanu Carver and Lexus Keene. Brian Pillman Jr., who as soon as he got entered, I thought was a shoo-in at least to get to the finals.
You and me both. Oof.
We see JC Jane and Thea Hale coming down to the student
section. God!
Oof.
Sorry to derail you there, JJ, but Riley Osborne just literally got intercepted by a clubbing shot that dropped him back first on the apron. Who will break out this year in NXT? Find out as we continue this match. The finals, the Britain's breakout tourney in picture-in-picture.
Obafemi, to his credit, was given the referee an opportunity to check on Riley Osborne, see if he could continue instead of just pouncing on him like most people would. We saw what happened to Giovanni Vinci last night, so good on Femi for backing down for just a moment.
Well, again, we don't need another injury less than 2 days in.
Huge European uppercut.
Turned him up and over with that one. And right now driving his boots into the chest of Riley Osborne in the corner. Again, he's got till 5. And right now, Obafemi, I got to get used to these names. This is going to be a freaking clusterfuck for me. Obafemi right now literally in the driver's seat. Again, we've seen previous winners of the men's breakout tournament, including one, Carmelo Hayes, ascend to greatness and eventually become the NXT champion. And Irish whip right now by Riley Osborne, thrown off. Hard Irish whip in the buckles. Again, to be a breakout star in NXT, you follow the legacy of so many greats now that we see in WWE, including but not limited to the very first NXT champion, Seth freaking Rollins. And of course, they also said Big E. Nice slam there by Obafemi right
Balor,
now.
the Demon.
Prince Devitt, that's right. And again, Finn Balor never won a breakout tournament. He just came into NXT and took down, I don't know, Samoa Joe. And meanwhile, here's
I didn't think the breakout tournament existed until last year.
Well, there was a couple others previously to that in the later era of my black and gold NXT, but it was the network era. So it's like, yeah, you kind of forget about that. But that's actually Camille Hayes was first brought in. Backbreaker. I think Camille Hayes is actually the inaugural winner of the first men's breakout tourney, if I remember correctly. Obafemi with the cover and gets a 2 count. Good grief. Yeah, you look at the it's easier probably to track the women's breakout tournament winners because of how little it's been with that tournament versus the men. I'll just tell you that much. Obafemi right now having his way with Riley Osborne again. The NXT Championship is not on the line tonight due to Ilya Dragunov not being medically cleared after sustaining an injury against Rich Holland 2 weeks ago. So it will be Grayson Waller versus Trick Williams. the two men's Iron Survivor Challenge winners in the history of that match, and the winner becomes the number one contender to challenge the Andrade once he's medically cleared for the NXT Championship. As we are back here at our semi-main event right now, Riley Osborne versus Oba Femi, the finals of the men's breakout tourney, and you see the bear hug right now clinched in Osborne, literally squeezing the man with every fiber of his being, driving the oxygen out of his lungs. Riley Osborne trying to create separation here. Does so though. Kasich bends him over. Irish whip by Oba. And Riley rebounds and once again literally walks down his own accord back into that bear hug. Again, what do you do from this position here when you literally feel life squeezed out of you?
You just got to try to pace your breathing. You don't want to take huge breaths because then you'll end up passing out. And you want to try to figure out a way to affect Oba just enough that he'll release you, whether it's punches, that forearm smash there, headbutts. Ooh. If you can get your legs free, a little kick, whatever you can do. And oh God, huge Uranagi backbreaker there.
Double impact right there, driving that knee straight into the lower lumbar of Riley Osborne here. Let's take a look at the replay. Man. Well, I mean, hey, if you can't force the break, your opponent will break it for you and then break you in a different way. That was a nasty backbreaker there. And right now, Oba again, exercising power, going right back to the bear again. Now rad on him, and think about the damage done to the back now as he clenches his fist on the point of impact. I'm not sure how much is left in Riley Osborne here. As you see Fia Hale and Jesse Jane trying to root the fellow Chase U and Rolly on. Riley Osborne right now trying to breathe new life, trying to draw energy from the pet rally squad of Chase U here. Meanwhile, waist slot transition here by Oba. Nice jawbreaker there by Riley Osborne. Riley Osborne right now, the underdog story of this tournament. But does he have one last big move left? Does he have one less counter to this powerhouse? Big uppercut by Oba here. Again, it comes down to how much can you endure and when can you execute a plan? When can you find a mistake right now in Oba's game?
There's not very mistakes. Granted, he's still very young in his career, but there's not a whole lot of mistakes in Oba's game.
Yeah, especially not in this match. Except that
might have been it, though.
Shoulder into the traditional ring post here. And Riley right now with a huge chance to capitalize. And Riley right now, he has to breathe new life. He has to stay on the offense. He has to be the aggressor. He has to take this big man off his feet any way possible. And meanwhile, up and over, might be looking for, what the hell? Crucifix counter. Meanwhile, looking for leverage. Try to bring the big man down. But Oba with in his clutches. Just need the clothesline. Riley up the ropes. Up and around. And Oba taken down with a Tijeras for a moment. Back to his feet, though. Riley with the drop kick, runs in, takes the big man off his feet again, but again, grabs the small of the lower back. He's just trying to create any sort of momentum. Whoa! Twisting moonsault cover too? No! And was that short flurry of offense the last gasp for Riley Osborne in this contest? You see the both men right now are digging down deep. And Riley falling again with the elbow strike in the corner to Oba. Oba, though, big clubbing right. Irish whip, and Riley goes up and over. Oba scouting it, though. Riley lands on the apron. Shows in the midsection. And again, the winner of this match will be a guaranteed next challenger to the NXT Championship. Whether Trent Williams or Grayson Waller get that chance beforehand remains to be seen. And determined by our main event. Meanwhile, Riley to the top rope, looking for something huge here. High risk, up and over. 450 rolls through, lands on his feet. Oba in the meantime runs him a leg lariat. And back in position again in the drop zone. This could be Riley's chance. He might be one moonsault away from clinching a win in this tournament. Once again, going back up to the high risk district. Might be looking for that 450 again instead. Looking down, shooting star press in the knees. And Oba hoisting up Riley. Snake Eyes connects. Oh, God! the power of that released throw there. And Oba Scotty Riley pop a power bomb. Cover. Oba has won the men's breakout tournament. I'm sorry, JJ.
It's all good. Oba is a beast, man. I mean,
damn. That was a ridiculous toss, by the way. He hoisted it up and threw him. That was a release power bomb. And then he ended it with a sit-out power bomb. Obafemi, your winner of the 2024 Men's NXT Breakout Tournament, but a very game effort by Riley Osborne. Jay Hughes should be proud of that. Again, the Shooting Star Press was the death note for him. Look at that. That is ridiculous. That
almost looked like he was going to go for a Blue Thunder Bomb, but then he threw him.
Yeah, exactly. It was a Blue Thunder Bomb release. Because he didn't sit down with it, but he damn sure went into the cover after that pop-up power bomb. Obafemi, your winner of the 2024 Men's Breakout Tournament. Ela Dragunov, Grayson Waller, and Trick Williams, be aware of this force to be reckoned with and soon to be maybe a ruler of NXT. Congratulations, Obafemi. I'm going to rant.
Taking a look here at Bronco Nima and Lucian Price, scripts out the mud OTM.
Also known as generic Grand Theft Auto 6 cosplay.
But they have a tag team title opportunity against the D'Angelo family here soon because of their defeat of Chase U a couple weeks ago.
Is that really a freaking win? Come on.
Yeah.
Signature fans from both of the WrestleMania Night 1 main event winners get the win in the men's breakout.
Yeah, you think about the Blue Thunder Bomb toss and then the pop-up power bomb. That's Sammy and KO right there.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. That's a fair comparison. And again, I've never seen a Blue Thunder Bomb release like that. I see people go and drive down with it immediately for the fall. He tossed that guy like he was a freaking reject. That was ridiculous.
He knows Blue Thunder Bombs don't usually get pinfalls, so he threw him instead of dropping him.
Well, still though,
I'm just saying,
Riley Osborne is brand new to the scene. So is the other guy. I don't give a fuck about this team, by the way. Come on now. I mean, I think that Oba could have actually won with the Blue Thunder Bomb. He didn't have to toss him halfway across the ring. That was ridiculous.
He probably could have won with it. I will give you that. But to my point, generally you don't win with the Blue Thunder. So you chuck him, because if you just drop him normally, it's going to look awkward to go from one power bomb maneuver into another one.
Fair enough.
So you chuck him, let him get up and stagger, and then hit him with the pop-up.
Fair enough. As we go backstage with Kiana James and Izzy Dame, you wonder what their business plan is going to be in 2024.
Could you imagine if these two and Tiffany got together to make a power stable?
Oh, Lord. That's too much freaking... I want to say something that sounds wrong, so I'm just going to shut up. Anyway. It'd be interesting.
If you'd like Noah to speak his mind, that'll be a $10 super chat to the Jeff Meacham Network YouTube channel.
Oh, God. You just can't stop, can you?
Hey, God draw money, God draw money.
Yeah, God draw money, God draw money. And it's not necessarily a rant. It's more so just one of those. How does James play it sometimes when I'm in tired Noah mode on open mic night and I proverbially roast and bury something on a segment versus giving constructive criticism? Or maybe I do both at the same time. I don't know. Anyway. Well, all I know, we'll see what happens soon enough in Kiana James' business plans for 2024 alongside her yes woman, Izzy Dame, as we go backstage to Trick Mellow Game.
I'm liking that Trickin' Ain't Easy shirt.
Camilla Hayes literally saying, if you're going to be champion, you got to take on all challengers, all comers. You got to fight every match as possible. Trick Williams wants to do this thing by himself.
Mm-hmm. Trick doesn't want people to be able to say you only won because of Mello. Trick feels that he's got something to prove, having been in Mello's shadow for so long.
Accurate. Well, if Mello trusts Trick that much to handle business, then he'll honor this. Trick Williams, Grayson Waller, the main event New Year's Evil NXT Championship No. 1 Contenders match is next.
And a former NXT champion is going to be here to watch it.
NXT champion, former NXT champion.
Hey, you know what? My prediction didn't come through for the LWO segment, but it sure as hell could here. He is a former NXT champion.
He is. You are absolutely right. He is. So is Drew McIntyre, and after falling short against Seth freaking Rollins, maybe he needs a reboot once again.
And Jeff, I saw your little bring up thing. The $10 super chat to your channel is to get Noah to rant on if Kiana, Izzy Dame, and Tiffany were to all become a stable together, a power stable. So if you want to make the little tag there, and I said that if they want a rant of that, then it's $10 to your channel.
I don't know if I
name, let's see, instead of the Fabulous Freebirds, the Cockamamie Cackling Hens. 3 of them, good grief, all together. I'm here for it though, because I love those 3. But they're crazy.
Sounds like a bad reboot of Beverly Hills Chihuahuas.
Well, no, because there's no rabid sniping little bitch of a dog at their heels.
Izzy Dame.
Ding.
And I only say that because she's breakout, so she hasn't really made a name on her own yet. She's literally just living in Kiana's shadow to get recognition and TV time.
Hey, you know what? When you invest in business like that, you just find your place and get a paycheck. If Izzy Dane's fine doing that for now, and Kiana James gets the friggin' CEO, keeps the CEO role, it is what it is until she tries to take over the business or gets liquidated.
Izzy Dame is Mariah May right now to Kiana James's Timeless Tony.
That's fair.
Accurate. Although Mariah May still more than she is. And I'm curious to see what Mariah May's match is going to be tomorrow night on AEW Dynamite. That right now is truly a reset period, as they have literally have that match and one other match announced. Tony Khan, get your shit together, bro.
What's the other match besides Mariah's match tomorrow?
I don't know who Mariah. I'm just thinking about the locker room. Like, who can Mariah May face?
Daniel Garcia versus Swerve Strickland is tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, that's going to be good.
And it's going to be Mariah versus Queen Aminata.
Oh, okay. So no straight into Sky Blue or should I say Sky Black. So
Christian Cage will be given a 2024 State of the Union address, apparently.
That mother. No.
And we've got Dante Martin versus Orange Cassidy for the International Championship.
Okay. That's going to be a banger. I love this workhorse championship and how Orange Cassidy just literally presents opportunity to anybody and seems to wrestle with anyone. Incredible. I love it.
Yeah, but how soon before Cassidy volunteers himself too much and ends up having a folly?
Well, he said he was tired last time, and after getting his win back against John Moxley, it seemed like he's breathed new life in himself, so we'll see.
It's fair.
Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom to get back up again, and that's what Orange Cassidy literally did when he lost the title last year at All Out and regained it at Full Gear.
And apparently this Saturday in Charlotte, we'll get the House of Black versus FTR, and Ric Flair will be in the house in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Of course. It's literally homecoming for him. Seriously.
But he is a Flair unto himself because his daughter's already in WWE and she's on the injury shelf, and now apparently his son-in-law is on the way back home. So he is a Flair unto himself in AEW once again.
Allegedly, but again, seeing is believing. That's all I gotta say about that. Until I see it on my screen, ain't buying in anything.
I am looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to SmackDown Friday night, of course, with the triple threat to determine the challenger to Roman Reigns, and it looks like they're hyping up Roman on screen, so he may be there Friday, and I think he's got a little something to respond to greatness. Just throwing that out there.
Well, again, we'll find out soon enough on Friday. As again, the We Gonna Die schedule is up and running live here at the WWE Network Multiverse of Media. As this Tuesday night will conclude, of course, with NXT Year's Evil, and we continue the festivities Wednesday night into Thursday morning, quite literally the start of Thursday morning, with Wrestle Kingdom 18 after the Greg Cherry show, and still so much more to come this week as we go backstage to Thea Hell and Jessie Jane. I'm just going to be quiet for right now because there are urge to tirade. Loading. Well, looks like you got Chase U in the Dusty Cup, JJ.
Damn.
What?
Ooh, I like that twist.
Well, I mean, hey, the professor leads by example. He should trust his student. Oh, God, this hurts to say. To actually win this thing. Money. What the fuck has happened to you, Jessie Jane? You used to be toxic. This is so bizarre.
I'm loving this, though.
Well, there's something for everybody. Meanwhile, there is our NXT champion. Ah! Tatum Paxley.
Wearing a Freddy Krueger-esque sweater there.
If I didn't know any better, I feel like right now that's Lyra's nightmare.
So to answer Safet's what comment, apparently it is going to be Riley Osborne and Duke Hudson in the Dusty Classic instead of Andre Chase and Duke, because JC Jane has stated that Andre Chase cannot focus on more than one thing at once. So he is going to be focusing on trying to restore Chase U to its prominence, and they are going to be in the tournament.
It looks like another team in the men's the men's Dusty Cup in Axiom.
Yeah, Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
Well, again, these two great friends, mutual in-ring competitors. Of course, we saw their last one-on-one encounter at
Malik Blade and Idris Anofi as well coming up behind them.
Randomness. All right.
That's fair. Just because they're friends doesn't make them make a good team.
It's always different going from singles to tag team competition. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 teams at least, yeah.
And meanwhile, speaking of teams, there's the NXT Tag Team Champions. Who the hell are you?
Yes. Okay. Adriana.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been seeing her around for about a month or so, but they have never told what her name is. So her name is Adriana.
What the hell?
Gacy.
Randomness.
That's all Joe Gacy's been doing lately. Ever since the schism fell and the tree was chopped down, with the grizzled young veterans leaving, with Ava Rain becoming the liaison to the women's locker room, Joe Gacy has just kind of been wandering aimlessly, doing all kinds of crazy psychotic things, hanging out under the ring, interfering with Gallus, who I'm sure the Gallus boys will be looking to get back on top and being in the Dusty Classic.
Okay. That actually will make me probably care more about the tournament. And speaking of tensions galore.
Well, here we go. Gigi and Cora next week.
Yep, your NXT, once again, the women's division taking center stage. Grudges to be settled. Gigi Dolan, Cora Jade looking to start off the 2024 right. But right now it's time
Grayson
for our
Waller.
event. Oh boy. I'm not gonna lie, I literally got the wind taken out of my sails knowing that I have to call this jackass versus Ilya Dragunov.
It's not versus Ilya, it's versus Trick because Ilya is not cleared. Botch.
What you know what I mean. The fact that this jackass is here instead of Ilya, dadgummit, this is not an effect I needed tonight. This almost makes me want to go back to my old ways, but I'm not going to because the show has been actually okay despite the randomness. I said it's better than what it used to be. I'm going to stick by that moniker for the time being. But that being
I feel
said,
like he's a good substitution, though, because we're bringing a main roster talent back home to fill in a pinch for Ilya Dragunov, somebody who has won Iron Survivor. So it definitely makes sense in the storytelling realm.
yeah, storytelling, yes. In-ring match caliber excitement, meh. Anyway, this Grayson Waller effect looking to once again inject itself back in NXT and whoop that Trick, and not in the way that you're thinking. Meanwhile, Trick Williams about to make his way out.
Whoop that Trick.
Yep.
Whoop that Trick.
I get it.
Whoop that Trick.
All right.
Whoop that Trick.
You got it. All right, enough of that.
You doing
seriously.
the Booker T ad-libs here now?
Well, you know what? Someone had to. If it wasn't going to be me, it was going to be you. Trick Williams, once again, after the comeback of NXT history at NXT Deadline, pinning all 4 other men in the field in less than effing 3 minutes. The greatest comeback story I've ever seen in NXT history in the Iron Survivor Challenge. Trick Williams, truly an Iron Survivor, as Carmelo Hayes has put his number 1 contendership on the line against Grayson Waller, an enemy of Carmelo Hayes, but is looking to get it done on his own tonight since Ilya Dragunov has not been medically cleared. Regardless, Ilya Dragunov will defend the title against either Trick Williams or Grayson Waller now, and it all comes down to what happens during this match, where hopefully we whoop that Trick and not endure another Grayson Waller effect. Bell rings are underway.
But we still don't know who the NXT champion is that's going to come to spectate on this, Noah.
Yeah, that's true. About to say, the bell rung, and we still don't know who the hell the special guest commentator is, as Shawn Michaels promised. You hear a little bit of jaw jacking here. Oh, God, what a right. Of course, that boxing background coming in for Grayson Waller. And again, Carmelo Hayes was really talking up Trick Williams. Then Grayson Waller decided to interject himself. And Carmelo Hayes' motor mouth overloaded his judgment call as he's literally put Trick Williams' greatest chance on the line here tonight. And suplex, hook of the leg by Grayson Waller, 1 count only. And again, like you said, JJ, Shawn Michaels put out that post. A former NXT champion will be coming on the scene to take in the main event tonight of NXT. Up and over. Meanwhile, nice drop kick by Trick Williams.
The agility of the big man here.
Oof. Yeah, he definitely has that agile background that definitely he's got more hop in his step than Carmelo Hayes. I think I give him the vertical advantage. Meanwhile, doesn't need the clothesline. Nice drop kick again. Takes Grayson Waller off his feet. Again, last year, Grayson Waller was involved here. He was challenging for the NXT Championship against Braun Breaker cover. Look at the far leg. 2 count only. And after the ring rope exploded off an Irish whip, I believe it was, Grayson Waller fell to the outside of the ring and missed the 10 count and failed to capture the title. Oh!
Huge swinging neck breaker there. And I agree with Matthew. The way Trick does those power slams reminds me of Booker T himself.
I can dig it. Sucker. And right now, Grayson Waller looking for a reprieve, though, going to the outside of the ring. Again, Trick Williams right now, he needs to remain in control. He needs to remain composed. He is risking everything here tonight that he's worked so hard for after earning Ilya Dragunov's respect last year in that one-on-one match at Heatwave, where he wanted to prove that he could be one of the best and hang with all the absolute best on his own. It has been literally Trick Williams' ride of a lifetime, and we've all been along for it. Grayson Waller when it hits the midsection, though, clubbing shot to Trick Williams around the outside of the ring here, and Then Grayson Waller right now, judging on Booker T and say, oh my!
Right over the table into the chairs of the announced people there, Vic Joseph and Booker T.
But Trick Williams firmly in control right now. And Waller right now just trying to crawl somewhere for a brief. And Booker T, clearly he has a favorite. Of course he's not unbiased. Oh! Discus elbow strike by Grayson Waller. Drives his boot. Sends Trick Williams to the outside. Now Grayson Waller can pick up speed from the other side of the ring. Picking up momentum. Slides underneath the bottom rope. Takes him down with a clothesline. And you will not miss a single of the action of this NXT main event, folks, as we continue in picture and picture.
Yeah, to Safet's point, I think if this had been Trick versus Ilya, Melo might have cost the match tonight. But I think he's going to save the costing the match, if he is the attacker, for the big reveal until the title is on the line.
Calling it now. I'm going to call it now. They do the title match at Vengeance Day. They plant the seeds. Hayes and Trick Melo game stands to deliver. Hayes leads NXT.
That's fair. You heard it here. We'll see if Nostradamus comes to fruition here in the coming months.
Well, again, only time will tell. But if you ask me, Carmelo Hayes, he's ready.
Yeah, he proved it by being in that United States title tournament.
Yep. And meanwhile, inside cradle, hooked by Trick Williams. Gets a 2 count. Wow, God.
Huge back elbow by Waller there.
Just drives that back elbow strike into the face of Trick Williams. Again, Trick Williams, former NXT North American champion, only for 3 days. Why Grayson Waller never won any accolade in NXT, except the first ever Iron Survivor Challenge. Oh, man. And right now, Trick Williams fighting from underneath. That has been his story since the people have bought into the stock that is the rising gem of NXT, Trick Williams. Again, Trick Williams literally took a chance on himself last year against Ilya Dragunov. Hard Irish whip by Grayson Waller in the corner.
And Waller doing push-ups, very cocky-like.
Yeah, of course he does. Of course, Grayson Waller also has an extreme external background in wrestling for those that followed his work down under in Australia. Irish whip, throwing off the ropes, and Grayson Waller. Meanwhile, Trick Williams with the sunset flip, looking for leverage. Can he bring Grayson Waller down? Grayson Waller denies the attempted roll-up. And right now continues to exercise his will against Trick Williams. Climbing shot to the back of the head and neck. And now the cravat. Driving those elbows, hammering elbows right now into Trick Williams. And Grayson Waller with the cover, hook of the leg, and gets a 2 count. And again, I don't know who the heck's here at this point. I mean, we're just waiting for somebody to show up. They're probably not going to show up to the last daggone minute. No on freaking USA Network or how NXT.
Pretty much.
Yeah, great idea. Anyway, Trick Williams firing from underneath again. The body shots right now, trying to square up against Grayson Waller, teeing off everything he can. And right now, look for the Irish whip. Grayson Waller logging his hand underneath the top rope.
Big boot.
Kick. Creates distance. Again, just driving. Axe handle to the back of the head and neck. Cover 2. Grayson Waller with a near fall. Good grief. Grayson Waller been nothing but the aggressor this entire picture-in-picture. Again, what does that do for Trick Williams' mindset? Knowing that he was going to go in here tonight, going after the NXT championship, and now he's putting his own opportunity on the line.
Well, you know he's upset about it because he gave Ilya the opportunity to postpone it until he was truly ready. Ilya said he could do it. He could go, that he was not going to let anyone or anything stop him. And here he's been taken out. He wasn't medically cleared. But Grayson Waller, former Iron Survivor, former main eventer for NXT, a huge win from Trick here will help solidify his claim that he is ready for Ilya Dragunov.
Grayson Waller, though, has been on the driver's seat during the whole commercial. Oh, God! Caught him with a double stomp coming into the corner. Probably going to go up and over. Cover. Hook of the far leg and a near fall again for Grayson Waller. Take a look at this. Again. This is very, very smart by Grayson Waller, despite what I think of him. Instead of going up and over, literally catching Trick Williams coming in and putting both of his boots right on the shoulder blades, driving Trick down. And now driving Trick Williams into the ring post, shoulder first.
I think I got an idea who it might be.
Modified single leg Boston Crab here to the Reds 5 count, using the top rope for leverage. Yeah, again, I got a few people in mind. One of those people have definitely had history of Grayson Waller.
Recent history with him and his A-Town Down Under tag team partner.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm thinking about. Single leg crab, though, in the meantime, by Grayson Waller in the middle of the ring. And Trick Williams right now fighting for every fiber of his being, trying to raise his body off the mat to alleviate some of the pressure, refusing to quit. Again, can Grayson Waller literally crush the dreams of Trick Williams tonight at the conclusion of NXT? And honestly, it wouldn't be on Trick Williams. It would be Carmelo Hayes that ruins the dreams of Trick Williams. You got to wonder how that would affect Trick Mello game going forward, as Trick Williams is able to find his way to the bottom rope, though, and force the break. Again, the will, the heart of Trick Williams cannot be measured. How far are you willing to go to hold on to an opportunity, let alone capitalize on it? Swing and a miss right now. Trick Williams, I'm not sure how much he has left at this point. Oh!
Grayson Waller telling Trick he doesn't belong here.
Getting slapped for that jaw-jacking, underestimating Trick Williams and undermining his worth, for being perfectly honest, saying that he's not even on Melo's level. And it looks like that just lit fire inside Trick Williams as he's teeing off Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller swinging a miss. The body shots from out by Trick. Big uppercut, driving Grayson Waller against the top rope. Irish whip reversal, though. Trick off the ropes again. Flies in with the clothesline. And now Trick Williams creating some speed here, momentum. And Waller taken down with the flapjack. And right now, Trick Williams is standing tall in the middle of the ring. The current Iron Survivor, most recent Survivor, excuse me, as he was hunting him across the top rope. Grayson Waller, though, rolls in, looking for the cover. Meanwhile, pop up. Whoa, whatever, right? KO shot, covered by Trick Williams. No! Whoa, wow. Look at that. Bam! Mama said knock you out. Pow, right in the kisser, but only for a long 2 count. And again, Trick Williams right now in the driver's seat, putting the boots to Grayson Waller, driving his forearm to the side of the head. Apparently, Booker T has personal beef with Grayson Waller from something that happened over the weekend. Go figure. Going for a net breaker. Grayson Waller countering, though. Waller right now with the rising knee strikes.
Trick staggering to the corner there.
And again, Grayson Waller, previous challenger to the NXT Championship. Not once, but twice. And again, Trick Williams has overcome every obstacle, every challenge to get to this point. Outlasting Braun Breaker, Josh Briggs, Dijak, and Tyler Bates. Whoa! A bookend. Will it be enough? Trick Williams looking up for a leg, and Grayson Waller finds his way to the ropes. Literally, Trick Williams right now is bringing me all the vibes of a younger Booker T with his offense and his moxie. Oof. And meanwhile, Grayson Waller looking to roll in again for that. Go, God! Flatliner. Cover, middle of the ring, hooking the leg, and near fall. Let's not forget that roll through Flatliner gave Grayson Waller the critical 2 points coming into the first ever Iron Survivor Challenge and go out 2-0 against most of the field that allowed him to pretty much win the whole thing.
Absolutely. I do love that move. That's so pretty.
And seamless float through, by the way, when he executes. Meanwhile, Grayson Waller right now changing his position on the second rope. Big elbow drop, miss. Jumping net breaker by Trick Williams right now.
He's
Trick
feeling it.
Trick, we're going to whoop that ass. Meanwhile,
Here comes Mello.
What the hell is Camelo Hayes doing out here? Trick Williams told him to stay in the back. Why is he out here? Why is he distracting him? Waller's right now just eyeing. And Waller, wait a minute. What? Oh, Kevin Owens! Oh, the knockout rights! Kevin Owens just knocked Grayson Waller the fuck out. Meanwhile, Trick Williams. Rising knee strike, cover. Two with that trick. Trick still keeps the stream alive. Trick Williams still #1 contender for the NXT Championship. A sigh of relief by Camelo Hayes. Man.
Mello looks disappointed.
I'm about to say, is Mello relieved or is Mello upset that we were able once again to see him whoop that trick? And of course, we all know the vendetta that Kevin Owens has against Grayson Waller, to your point, deal with A-Town Down Under. That big driving knee strike knocked Grayson Waller's legs even further than that KO punch. Thanks, Kevin Owens. Nice seeing you. Kevin Owens doesn't need to be on commentary, folks. His actions speak for himself. I'm just saying. Again, what's going through the mind right now of Camelo Hayes? Trick Williams, the ultimate.
Up the shirt there.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Trick Williams, the ultimate Iron Survivor and the #1 contender towards the NXT Championship. A dream still remains alive. Will it come to fruition? We'll find out later on. For the American Wrestling JJ Williams, I'm Seminole Foster, face to near our coverage of NXT New Year's Evil.
Did not like the look on Melo's face there at the end. My goodness.
And the eyes tell the story. All I'm going to say is Trick Mello game is about to take a turnover before they stand and deliver. I guarantee you that.
I would say it's a safe bet at this point.
Well.
Hell of a show.
Yeah, decent. I liked it better than last year. I was annoyed by the change in the main event, but I can understand the circumstances surrounding it, kayfabe-wise and medically challenge-wise. So it is what it is when it comes to that regard. But still, I enjoyed this far more than last year. So like I said, better. Still not mine, but better.
What did you think of Obafemi versus Riley Osborne? Promising future for the NXT brand?
I think so.
And Miles Bourne, for that matter, because we saw him in the No Quarter Catch Crew match.
Well, I mean, again, to see how this catch point forms out, that still remains to be seen on my behalf, who followed Drew Gulak for a lot of his career prior to even coming in through the Cruiserweight Classic. So the potential is definitely there. I definitely see a lot of potential on the rise in this NXT, including the two fathers of the breakout tourney, but there's still a lot of other pieces that I'm like, so much randomness. Don't understand this. Don't get me started on the generic GTA 6 cast-off NPC wannabes. But I digress. Anyway.
Out the mud for those of you at home that don't know what he's talking about.
Out the mud. They should have stayed in the mud. Anyway, there's other potential on the rise with the two men tourney finalists. And I'm curious to see what Drew Gulak can fine-tune out of this individual. Interesting stuff.
YouTube?
What's that?
Can he say that on YouTube? Stay in the butt. Can he say that on the show?
You know what? Have you heard the stuff that comes out of our mouths on open mic night?
That's fair. That's
I think that's the least of our concern.
There's a reason why I walk off and sit in the dark.
Up the button in the dark. Okay, very good. At least you know where we stand going into Wednesday. Cool. Good to know. Okay.
Speaking of Wednesday, we've got a huge day in store for you tomorrow.
My goodness.
Yeah.
For the love of wrestling, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, where I will be recapping Day 1 Raw, New Year's Evil NXT. Of course, the Greg Cherry Show, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. Are you going to be on that one, Jeff?
That is the plan. I'm not heard from Greg, but as far as I know, the plan is a three-man team, if you will.
Okay, so I'm assuming Matty Laws will be there as well. Greg Cherry, Matty Laws, and Jeff Meacham.
That's my understanding.
Then Wrestle Kingdom.
Right.
What time does that begin on the West Coast?
I think it's 11 p.m. if I remember right.
Okay, so 11 p.m. Pacific,
correct.
2 o'clock Eastern.
Jesus.
The Simple Man will be doing Joey Styles on that one. He will be calling that action solo.
Yes.
Let's fucking go.
Noah, again, what's the name of the show again?
That the name of the show? What are you talking about? What do you got here? Oh, that. That just happens to be my true introduction to professional wrestling every year. The Mecca from the King of Sports streaming. It is the showcase where only the strongest will thrive. Will Destino be finally defined? I'm, of course, talking about Wrestle Kingdom 18 in Tokyo Dome.
We love you for that. Okay. I wanted that back. I fuck it up. See, he did such a good job. I get up when I come back. It's okay. JJ, continue.
It's okay.
Thursday.
And then going into Thursday, Wrestle Kingdom coverage will continue because of how late it starts here on the West Coast. So we technically have watch-alongs Monday through Friday this week, technically.
Technically speaking, yes.
For the love of wrestling, on Thursday will be my coverage of AEW Dynamite tomorrow. Meech's Musings live from downtown LA. 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Come on, baby. We going downtown. Woo! Oh, man.
Who knows what looms in the mind of Meech that he will muse about?
Oh boy.
If he has to get down there via public transit, that could be a whole episode in and of itself.
Right.
Maybe it's just go live while I'm on the transit and see what happens.
And then Friday, SmackDown New Year's Revolution. Women's title on the line. Triple threat for #1 contendership. It's going to be another good one on Friday. 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, which probably means 4:45 Pacific, 7:45 Eastern.
That will be that one depends on Antelope Valley to San Bernardino County traffic. Keep that in mind also. But I'll be there. I'll be there.
I can also be the one to start producing until you get there, good sir.
There you go. Either way. 4:45. But I don't know about Meech's rants because I will have my dear sister along for the ride, so I may have to try to behave myself a little bit on the verbiage, but we'll see how it goes.
Try not. Do or do not. There is
especially with this weekend coming up. Yeah, I'll be a good boy. Now the Kings taking against Red Wings,
and I know kind of what your sister's been going through as of late. I'm sure she'll be ranting to you on that drive as much as you'll be ranting.
Well,
oh Lord,
the key part
all the ranting, all the freaking Madison ranting. Damn it!
And an occasional musing.
Yeah, it'll be one of those. We're going to meet up before the hockey game, well before the game, but the drive home will certainly be a talk. So yes, and then of course we're back in our normal time slot, if you can call this show normal.
Well, the time slot is.
Yes, time slot is. Show not so much.
Open mic night on Saturday. You never know what happens on open mic night. It's never normal. God bless JJ for enduring. Put me in the hot seat again. Oh Lord.
Not this week. Years. Not this week.
Thank Christ.
The 13th. This week's open mic night will be on the heels of my daughter's 15th birthday party.
Happy birthday to her in advance.
There you go.
We will be doing a wrestling theme where she is encouraging everybody to come dressed up as a wrestler She is supposed to be AJ Lee. One of her friends is pulling up Asuka, complete with face paint. So I'm gonna be curious to see that one.
Way to go! And
the boys here are supposed to be the Usos. I'm going to be Edge, CC, Beth Phoenix. I believe Jeff is going to be the wise man. I'm not sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jeff Meacham, and I will be at this party as a representation of the wise man, the special counsel, if you will, for your reign. I'm not getting that. I heard my fucking voice hurts too much. Anyway.
I'm not sure if we'll have a Roman there, but we will have the Usos. So, we'll have part of the bloodline for the wise man to be with.
We definitely need to get Roman as much as possible because he may not be the head of the table after WrestleMania.
I mean, that's fair.
Woo! And then, as Noah mentioned earlier, Sunday we shall rest.
Yes.
Yeah, but
I don't know how much rest there's going to be. Me and Noah still have WrestleManias to call. We're looking at having a town hall meeting with, some of us.
Yes.
So that depending on what time we book that may cut into Noah and I doing our call for this week. But, we'll just kind of see what time it is, how long it goes, and if we've still got 3 hours before Noah has to go Mimi's afterwards.
Time is it? It's time for lunch. Sorry, wrong show. If you know, you know. What I love about this year and the way it's played out is $40 right there.
Hey.
It covers everything except the TNA pay-per-views themselves.
Well, that's always
AEW pay-per-views.
That's always a thing too.
Yeah, that's fair. I forgot about AEW,
but still,
it's like
this is 40 by WWE, NXT, the TNA specials, Ring of Honor weekly and pay-per-views, and the New Japan stuff for $40.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a little more than 10 for Peacock now, but I still round it down just because it balances out.
Okay, so we'll call it 45 with taxes.
Taxes are what they are. Who cares? Taxes are what they are.
It's still under the price of a single AEW pay-per-view, which it's crazy. But I love the wrestling. All the wrestling, as Noah says, is coming up, and we're not even done this week, and I love it. And
I will go ahead and allow this question to fly, even though Josh didn't super chat it, because it is a legitimate question. When does Noah ever get any real sleep?
Actually, here in about 35 minutes.
There we go.
You forget, Josh. Noah is on the East Coast, but unlike some other folks on the East Coast, he actually does sleep during the West Coast witching hours. This man sleeps. He does. It is a habit.
I do. I have to be able to yell at Kevin's and Karen somehow.
This sounds like some second generation shit. The tractor beam doesn't get installed till Tuesday. Medical staff doesn't arrive till Tuesday.
Oh, there you go.
Let me guess. Tuesday? Yeah. Come on, Josh. Great Church happens to be on tomorrow, but
Yeah, of course. I mean, hopefully he'll save some of those super chats for Friday and Saturday.
Please.
Feel free to give to Greg. He deserves it too. Not trying to stifle, but hopefully he'll save some of that money for Friday and Saturday as well.
Yeah, exactly. Just share
Spread the love.
Yeah, there you go. Share it all around, man.
That's fair. It is still the first week of the month, so I got you.
Exactly.
And then there's this announcement that's going to be on this Peacock special Thursday when we're not on the air too. So there's that.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to address it because we're showing our stuff, not WWE's stuff.
I am genuinely as a head of a wrestling channel curious what Triple H has to say on this thing. It's going to cut into.
We'll probably address it on open mic night.
Yes,
right.
But
that's
it's not something that needs to be addressed now.
That's what I was figuring. That's what we usually do. I'm like,
I mean, unless you'd like to super chat for us to discuss it, then by all means we can discuss it.
They don't actually get the conversation. That's a whole different, just thing.
The ticker.
Yeah.
I know. Just trying to generate conversation. I'm genuinely curious myself. We'll discuss it at length if you pay us to.
Exactly.
Right. But I am curious. So
as am I.
With that, at 2.5 hours, right? We should do pretty good today.
I would like to take one more opportunity before we officially sign off to thank Stat Boy and Stat Girl once again for my lovely Jade Cargill Christmas present figure here.
Yes, very cool. Awesome. Always good to have your favorites. I know my Undertaker figure is on the way. It was a last minute buy because my poor brother got scammed with a different buy, so he made up for it. It's just on the way.
And I gotta say, what a series this was too for Series 4. Punk, Cody, Jade, Max, Corazon de Leon, Chris Jericho.
Oh yes, Lionheart, baby.
And Heyman Adam Page. I'm not even gonna shit on Heyman on this one. That's a hell of a set. For there to be one dud, but still.
Hey,
I mean, you can see them all on the back there. That's a hell of a series there.
Hey,
and look at that picture of Jericho. Jesus Christ.
Baby Jericho. Goodness.
Yeah.
Hey,
look at that baby.
The baby. Good. I remember.
Looks like Hunter Hearst Helmsley in that image.
Right. It does. Hey, that Hangman Page figure gives those pegs at Walmart and Target reason to live, by God. So we will not shit on that figure.
We have a super chat. I believe that one came to your channel too, sir, because it doesn't have the little symbol next to her name, and I know she's a member on my channel.
That's true.
Arlene says, do we think WrestleMania will be in Vegas? Obviously not this year.
No.
Probably not next year.
I hope soon, though.
But in the latter half of the 2020s, I definitely think it'll come. I could see WrestleMania.
They'll show enough money to get that WrestleMania logo on that stupid dome that's cost $1 billion. I assure you.
You think about the fact that they try to get WrestleManias in new venues.
Yes.
They recently opened this stadium where the Raiders are playing. Yes. And within the rest of the decade, they're going to be opening the new home of the Athletics.
Yep.
The former Oakland A's who are supposed to be relocating to Vegas.
Yes.
So you've got a football stadium and a baseball stadium to choose from.
There you go.
Both that are going to be brand new, opened in that city within the decade.
Yep.
I definitely think before we get to 2030, it will be there.
I hope it does because I thoroughly enjoyed the experience at SummerSlam in 2021 when it was at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. It was that stadium is just ridiculous. How I do enjoy SoFi. I also just love the Vegas Stadium. And yes, another sports team is heading there. We'll talk about that on the Greg Cherry Show and Sapboy Sports Bar soon when we find out what's going on for sure. But I'll tell you what,
if I'm hearing right, go ahead.
And they become the Vegas Golden Aces to match the Golden Knights, I'm gonna barf for the record.
All they need now is a professional basketball team because the Golden Knights originated there.
Yep.
They didn't transfer. They were a brand new upstart team.
Yep.
And since the Golden Knights, they've got the Raiders and the A's.
Yep.
All they need now is an NBA team. I'm not pro sports. I'm kind of like Noah there going on the phone when it comes to pro sports, but that's all they need to wrap it all up.
Yeah, I hear there are a lot of NBA teams that are rumble, so it wouldn't surprise
the Clippers.
Me. Actually, the Clippers just are building their arena right next door to SoFi, so they're not going anywhere for a hot minute. Them boys is entrenched.
That's fair. What do we call the NBA team from Vegas? The Big Ballers.
Ooh, I like that. That's good.
Or no, the High Rollers.
There you go.
The Las Vegas High Rollers.
Yeah, I like that. That could be good. But anyway, yeah, I hope it's here soon. I love going to WrestleMania, and I know it's not going to come back to SoFi straight away. We got 2 nights of it, so I'm here for it.
Again, we may get it again before the end of the decade because it was huge there, and they're talking about doing another Super Bowl out here this quickly already.
2025.
So we may get another WrestleMania.
Yep. Ooh, another super chat.
Yes, from Arlene. Thank you. pulling the shades of her brother and super chatting to both channels. Thank you, Arlene. We appreciate that.
You.
We acknowledge you, girl. Do you think Zelina Vega will join Andrade if he comes back to WWE? That's an interesting question because Zelina's place in the LWO is definitely in question post Santos Escobar breaking off. You know, we saw the reunion last week on NXT, and it looked like Elektra Lopez may be getting back with the LWO, which kind of pissed Lola Vice off. Lola seems to be indifferent and not really care about that. So if Lola cashes in her breakout match and then Elektra breaks off from her, you know, Elektra could take Zelina's place and Zelina could stand alongside Andrade again. So that's not a bad call there, Arlene. I approve that. Noah, what do you think?
I mean, again, she ran with him in NXT when he made him stop being so tranquilo and focus on winning the NXT title. So I absolutely could see that. And Andrade Ligalo versus Santos Escobar could be a very unique match. Speaking of unique, I just realized
of a WrestleMania match, I think.
I agree. Also, I just realized something. I'm not sleeping right now. I almost forgot. I gotta bid you both a fine adieu. I love chatting with you, but I gotta go hype up Wrestle Kingdom 18 with my New Japan cohort too. So I guess until Wrestle Kingdom 18, this is the Simple Man signing off. Bye-bye.
Have a good evening, good sir. Thank you for your call. I will try to check out some of your coverage here, whether it's on tape delay or live.
I appreciate y'all as always, because I appreciate everybody in the channel, JMN Multiverse of Media. But time waits for nobody, and I on a time crunch. Later,
and if
folks.
we don't see you before, we'll see you Friday for New Year's Revolution, good sir.
Promise, and that's a fact. Simple as that.
Just answering the question in the chat room since there wasn't a related to NXT, but it's all good. Well, anyway. Thank you, Noah, again for your masterful call, as only you two can do for WWE NXT broadcast. Much appreciated. Got a lot of good stuff coming up this week and next week. You know, with our talk about dads that we wrapped up. Was it yesterday we had that talk? Yesterday.
Yeah.
So good stuff coming up next week too, folks. Hard to Kill is just over a week away. I'll be at the Eagles concert night before. Oh, I'm so happy about that. Jesus Christ, I can't even process.
We've got the next 2 months of Dad's topics booked.
We do.
Very excited about that. A lot in store on the horizon across the multiverse of media.
Yeah, we managed. I'm going to give him credit. I know we're going off top, but we're not going to talk about what it is. He got me out of my creative thinking funk because I could not come up with non-wrestling topics, and then I could not come up with like topics that were themed with what week they were falling on. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it. And he routed them off for me, so it is much appreciated, sir. When I care,
not a problem.
But we will definitely sign off for the night. We've got, there's always something to do on this side of the camera, so we will definitely pop off of here and say goodnight.
I've got my dinner sitting here, been getting cold since about 5:30, but a minute and a half in the microwave won't kill it.
I only threw mine in because I was off camera and my microwave is right. Yeah. So I got my setup going. Thank you all very much for tuning in tonight and last night and the last 2 nights. My goodness, the viewership has been awesome. I love to see it. Love the super chats. For Noah Foster, for the Renegade, I'm the Meech. We'll see you tomorrow for the Love of Wrestling with NXT and Raw reviews. NXT and Raw reviews. With the Greg Cherry Show, whatever the hell Greg's got in store, you never know. And for our coverage of, I can't do as well as Noah, but Wrestle Kingdom coming up tomorrow. Have a good night, folks. Maybe. There it goes. Damn thing. We love you.